Hello! Welcome to this very special edition of Homebrew with our lovely guest players, Orla and Kat, and special regular person but now player, Ben. Hello, everyone.
It's me!
And more importantly,
it's
the
me
girls
from the
as well.
show.
Hello.
That's the first time anyone's ever called
How does
you
it
a
feel?
regular person.
Not good.
Probably.
I like to think I'm a
probably
regular
bad, right?
man. Yeah, it's not great.
This is our third edition of the Homebrew Paddy's Day special. It's a one shot, unconnected to other stories, still set in Hibernia in Ben's lovely world, but not so connected that I can ruin all the wonderful world building he's created. We have some new characters to show off. It's going to be a self-contained adventure, but we also, crucially, have drinking rules, which I will put up on screen now. We mentioned it on our session 0 yesterday, but I'll just run through rules again just so everyone knows. They are completely optional, so if no one fancies a drink, they are more than welcome to just have water and hydrate and feel better tomorrow, because we're going to feel awful with this. So, the first rule is you drink when you take damage or you fail a check. It's just a mouthful or whatever. If you defeat an enemy, everybody drinks, including me, because I like to be involved too. If you get a critical fail, that is 1d4 drinks for you, because, dice are fun. We all have dice. And then the lethal one that nearly killed us the first time we did this, you can quaff half your drink to reroll any die, and that includes anyone else's die. And there's no limit to how often that can echo back and forth. So, yeah, keep an eye out for that one. Ben, I believe, do you have some announcements to cover?
I have a couple of announcements. If you are looking for a little extra Irish look this year, head on over to dakotairish.com, because they have, I think, 200 Paddy's Day mystery bags, and inside those bags they have hidden in 20 of them a €25 voucher for Dakota Irish's store. So if you head on over and look for their special Paddy's Day little mystery bags and order yourself one, or order yourself, if you ordered yourself 200, you definitely get yourself 20 times 25. You get all of them. I don't know if I don't know if you've suddenly won. I don't know if we've won the game. 20 times 25? I don't know, Matt. And then if you use your promo code HuxBunks, you get 10% off that. Rob 'em blind.
That is the most aggressive marketing ever. It's not buy one. Why don't you buy them out?
Buy all 200, get 10% off, and get 20 times €25 vouchers.
It's a huge saving. I think that's actually a pretty good deal. I'm not going to do it, but shall we?
You heard it here first on Stock Bros.
Oh God, you've got the braces for it.
Yeah, I'm working big times.
And the elf ears and cute nose, I guess. Other shoutouts, I guess, if you haven't already, subscribe to us on YouTube and if you are listening on a podcast, do the same thing there. Tell a friend. We don't pay for advertising, so word of mouth is crucial, and we like having people that are recommended in our audience. If you're in the live chat, hello. Tell us what you're drinking if you're in the sidebar. Similarly, I think we should go around our digital table and see what everyone's drinking this evening. Kat, why don't you tell us what you're sipping on this evening?
Hello. I am drinking some dragon soup because one, we're playing D&D, so dragon, and also it's green because St. Patrick's Day. Look at that! Look how green that is. It's so green. It's so green. I love it so much. It tastes good. It tastes like Jolly Rancher apple.
Oh, wow.
So not like real apple. It tastes like it looks. Which
it looks like.
I think if you
it
turned
looks
up your lights, it would glow.
Okay.
It doesn't taste like mouthwash,
Okay.
but it doesn't taste like apple either. But it tastes good.
That's a victory.
It tastes yummy.
Moving around the table, Orla, what are you drinking this evening?
So I am drinking Cronin's quality cider. It's in mirror language, but take my word for it. Which is actually pretty good. I decided it's a choose to be extraordinary as its tagline, and I was like, oh, that's adventurous. It's you never know when they say that about an alcohol. They're like, we're so different to everyone else. You're like, in a good way or a bad?
It's not always a good thing.
But it's pretty good.
We're dangerous.
It's not always a good
might
thing.
not survive this.
Yeah, well, they were like, oh, very exciting. I remember there used to be this really cheap, the cheapest vodka you used to be able to get was called the exciting vodka, and you were like, that's not.
I don't trust that.
That's ominous. Oh no, I don't want the
Do
exciting.
you like cider? Yeah, this is different. Why?
Why is it different?
You'll find out.
But actually, yeah,
Nice.
it's pretty good.
Nice.
Ben, what have you got in your holster this evening?
I am drinking a Shamrock Shake. Again, it is Paddy's Day, so the White Hag Spree Series Shamrock Shake Ice Cream Ale. They've made a beer based on the Big Clowns Corporational milkshake thing, because they can pay us if they want a shout out. We're not smartless. So it's a minty. This actually tastes like mouthwash. So,
Oh, I've had that before. It is minty.
That's so
It is minty. It tastes like rock,
Yes.
like that rock sweet you can get like
Yeah.
up
I
in
haven't
Port
had rock
Rush.
in years. Now I kind of
That's
want
what it
some.
tastes like.
Holiday Rock.
Oh, it's so good.
Wow.
Or that's not sold. Wes, I will point out, not that it really makes a difference, but
No.
my Snaps and Shank Nasty
Oh yes, that has
are
happened. That is an excellent.
But do not worry, because while you're fixing that, I had a little surprise for everyone. I wrote some drinking limericks to cheers you all with. So if you don't mind, I'd like to share them before the show, before it gets too ready. So here they are, starting with. Yes, well, I can still pronounce words. When sober, I can barely pronounce words. So, 3 cheers to Cat, raise your glass. In style, Cat has us all outclassed. With charm and wit that just doesn't quit, may this friendship forever last. Cheers, Cat. Here's to the irreplaceable Orlany Duel. Her smarts make us all look a fool. With a smile and a wink, she can handle a drink, while the rest of us fall off our stools. Cheers, everyone.
Is this what happens when you don't have to rewrite an existing song for the opening? You get to dedicate yourself to charming limericks.
Well, a toast to the wonderful Wes.
I wasn't
Pay no
fishing,
mind
but I'll
to
take
whatever
it.
he says. He's handsome and tall, but that isn't all. For his friendship, I feel incredibly blessed.
Please tell me you just pulled that out of your ass.
No,
Okay, that's very good.
well earlier.
Found your calling in life.
Yeah,
That's
That
excellent.
was
Drinking
so
limericks.
sweet. That was wonderful.
and it gave us the cover for Wes to swap us around.
Yeah, that's exactly what you did, and it was very appreciated. It's all right now. Not entirely sure how that happened. We had the last minute blitz.
If anyone
Doing it
wants
live.
anyone watching wants one, hop in our Discord. I'll write one for absolutely anyone.
He's doing it
Except
all the
for you,
time
Jerry.
in his free time anyway.
That has to be a thing on Fiverr.
Oh, damn.
Like,
Oh,
I'll write you a
yeah.
limerick.
I'm gonna quit the job.
Oh, you should do that.
People are drinking some wild
Yeah.
things in chat. Is
Siren
everybody looking at
Nitro
chat right
Car-
now? What the all holy fuck
Yeah,
are
Lindsay
you
has a
legends
Siren
drinking?
Nitro
What is
Caribbean
this
chocolate
nonsense?
cake.
That sounds so
That's-
interesting.
It sounds like the toddler version of like Fast and Furious would be
Yeah.
drinking.
You're a pre. Yeah, you're a
Like
pre.
baby
That,
Vin
though.
Diesel is
Yeah.
having a go at that.
Coke Zero mixed with some
Nice.
whiskey. Yeah. Nice.
Okay, yeah.
Nice,
We
nice,
got a
nice.
juice
okay,
shack
classic.
and a tropical milkshake IPA.
Tropical milkshake IPA.
Yeah.
I don't know how I
It's
feel
a
about that.
fruit. That's a
I don't know how I
fruit.
feel about that.
Oh, yeah.
We all know what that is. Yeah.
It is a fruit.
I'm
No. I like
Uh,
frubes. Do they exist
I-
anymore? Are frubes still a
surely
thing?
not.
I hope so.
I haven't
No,
seen
but I also-
one
they have
in
to.
about
I
a
also so
decade,
rarely
so.
bring a packed lunch to school anymore as well. So there's that.
Did you guys ever used to put them in the freezer?
No.
You get like the
No.
frozen fruit things.
No.
Oh, we used to do it all the time. You froze them and they'd be like a frube ice pop, and they were really good. But then sometimes they also, if you injured yourself, a very
Oh,
targeted
yeah.
ice pack.
Hey, that's interesting.
But it probably didn't. But did it separate? You know, sometimes when you freeze a yogurt.
No, it was great.
Nice.
That is good to know.
I'm gonna go find some. Well, I can't now.
They may or may not exist
Yeah, they're
anymore.
probably not vegan. That's
We will
the.
find out.
Yeah,
They're almost certainly not vegan because they're
Yes,
from
very
Australia.
true.
yeah. Oh, well.
Cool. Okay, I will bring it home with what I'm drinking because I'm being a basic bee and drinking White Hag. But while mine looks green and adventurous like yours, Ben, it is just the Little Fawn, which is one of my favorites. Very delicious. And then the Phantom, old classics.
Nice.
Excited to see more of what Chad is drinking though, because there's more wild stuff coming in. So I'll be taking notes of stuff that I
Yeah.
won't be drinking.
Garnet Azaka Citra Pale Ale by Dragon.
Like some of those, I don't even know what
Citric
all
Pale
those
Ale
words
is
mean.
like those words are good in that order. I like that.
Yeah, we have a Citra on the show.
what does garnet mean in an alcoholic context?
Is it maybe
Yeah, that
like a
would make
rosé?
sense, right?
A rosé pale.
Craft beer has gone too
Okay.
far. I'm going to say it here. We've taken it too far, guys.
Yeah, we were so busy asking ourselves if we could. No one asked if we
We
should.
flew too close to the sun, and also we were drinking.
That's how I feel about tropical milkshake IPA. I'm not gonna lie. That's Icarus right there. That's fucking Oppenheimer.
Let us know what the garnet is in your Citra Pale Ale, Lindsay, if you can. And that's it for my announcements, Wes. I don't have anything else. Obviously, if you want to
I
listen
didn't want
to
to cut
this,
in. I was like,
or
this is a
telephone
nice free flowing thing, but I also don't know if you're filling air.
No.
Cool. Okay, so we can jump into our game and play some Dungeons and Dragons if everyone would like to. Okay, to set the scene, it's Saturday night, and you're halfway through your shift at the Boozy Bucket, a pub famed for serving both valiant heroes and detestable villains. Through mutual respect, or more likely powerful magic, the Bucket has never had a single bar brawl. The owner, Sir Ken the Tender, is anticipating a busy night, but it's nothing you can't handle. With just a few hours left on your shift, what could possibly go wrong? So I'm not entirely sure how we did a quick session 0. Let's do a quick whip round as to who and what everyone's playing, and then we can figure out how and why you may or may not know each other. So, Kat, can you tell us about Bree? What does Bree look like? What's she doing here? What's she all about?
Bree is a lovely little flightless Aarakocra. They look more like a Kenku more than an Aarakocra, but they're just full of beans and you cannot shut them up. They're very petite with the glossy black feathers that sort of like are a bit iridescent at the neck, at the tips of her little arm feathers, and she wears a really, really beautiful but kind of modest dress that she's dyed and embroidered herself in her spare time. A lot of like the little designs that she's embroidered are upside down because she often does it when she's sitting down wearing the dress. In contrast to that, she wears, probably from the Lost and Found, a big, massive, oversized, waxed like leather fisherman trench coat that just hangs off of her. Got some cute little bracelets on her, big, bright, amber eyes, and is just very, very good. She's very sweet. She doesn't have one job around the bar. She like is a little bit of a magpie for finding tasks to do. She'll cook, she'll bartend, she bards. She's never asked to do any of these things, but she does them anyway because she's got nothing else to do and she enjoys it.
I like that. The thing that stuck with me about Bree was when we were talking about characters, we were running through like I'm an elf warrior, I do this or whatever, and you were like, Bree is cute. She does cute things.
That's literally her personality. She's cute. She's like a little tasker. She's very
Like they leave
good. She's a good wee
magpieing around as
bean.
well. It's great. Ben,
That's
who are you
it,
playing?
yes.
What do they look like? What do they do?
Name's Shank Nasty. Local arcane investigator. But I'm picking up a couple of shifts here at the Boozy Bucket because, well, you know yourself. After a case, you'd come and cut the edge off with a bit of scotch, and sometimes Chief over there would say he needs to go collect the kids, and I'd maybe hop behind the bar, pour some pints, help some people out. I look as aggressive as I sound. You see a little trophy. You see a little creased up, loose around the neck kind of shirt, trench coat over tops. Underneath some chainmail, a little amulet around my neck, just where I take my oaths. On my side, you see a little whip with a little handle on the end and a little metal hook. And I'm about 2 foot tall because I'm also a corgi. Well, specifically in this world, I'm a half-bork.
Yeah, we had some questions about that in the chat.
Yeah, half-bork is kind of half a bork. and then the other half all detective.
And does Shank Nasty, like, does the detective work come? Does he moonlight in the bar? Does he solve mysteries at the bar? Is he undercover?
Well, the work hasn't been so good lately on account of the lack of crimes. So with nothing to detect, I've been less of a detective these days and more of just a friendly local bartender. Keep an eye out, make sure everyone's on the level.
Just being a good boy.
Being the bestest of boys, yes.
Amazing. This is already quite adorable. Orla, would you like to correct any of this adorableness that's going on with your character?
Yeah. Hold on, hang on.
Oh, there we go. Oh, nice.
Nice.
Right, so
For
Snap,
podcast
I actually can't
listeners,
see.
Orla has now
It's
donned
on
sunglasses and
at
is
night.
infinitely more intimidating.
Thank you. So Snaps is a wood elf, but he's brawnier than your average wood elf. He doesn't talk much. This is something that he's adopted. Sir Ken has taught him really the art of the stoic bouncer. Says as little as possible. This is for the best, as he's wildly unlikable. Has the social skills of an animated mop. If that mop, maybe punched your sister. Like, that's where we're at.
Okay.
That was one of my first cases, actually. People kept thinking there was a mop punching sisters around town.
Okay, well, that was going to be my next part. Like, I want everyone to try and figure out one way in which you already knew each other. It can be through work or whatever, but do you reckon Shank and Snaps, were you solving a case that Snaps caused?
We've had some run-ins in the past, yeah, but the thing is about Snaps, and he won't mind me telling you this, he's small fry, and when I was investigating, well, boy, it goes all the way to the top, so I kept him out in the streets, because one day he's going to lead me to the big game.
That's very unlikely. Not because Snaps is too smart for that. He's not. But because he doesn't have that kind of sense of direction.
Orla, what does Snaps think of Shank in general? What's his general opinion of him?
Unclear. He's not sure what the story with the dog is. He's not entirely sure everyone else can hear the dog talking, and he's too scared to ask.
Bree, what was can you describe the first time you met Snaps? How did that go? Was it in work? Was it outside of work?
Nah. I think it was in work. I don't think Bree would know Snaps very well. I think Bree spends so much of her time inside the bar running around that she doesn't really leave it too often to go past the bouncer. So I don't think that Bree would even know that Snap works there half the time and just thinks that he's just another
That's a great side of someone who works in a bar.
And never learns.
That tracks. Snaps has removed people who, unbeknownst to Bree, were gonna cause a fuss, but then Snaps doesn't have any people skills, but he is really good at taking a humanoid and then bouncing him off the pavement real high.
Okay, I'm already enjoying this dynamic. It's weirdly unsettling, but it's good. Shank and Bree. Trying to think, what is a common interest you would both have that maybe Snaps wouldn't be involved in, like a love of books or being scared of Snaps.
Jazz in the rain.
Love of jazz.
Jazz, okay.
Good old
That
jazz.
actually, yeah, that tracks. Do either of you play any instruments? I presume Bree does.
Bree would. Bree plays the lute. And I hope Shank Nasty. I could see Shank Nasty like playing like, what do you call it? call like the horn, but
yeah.
it's got like the little wah, 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 wah
It's
at
a
the
trumpet,
end
I
of
think,
a.
isn't it? Yeah.
Trumpet?
Hello,
Just
trumpet.
a trumpet, yeah, and they've got like that little.
Jazz trumpet's a big
cup.
thing.
I mean,
love
Shank
that
Nasty is
Yeah, yeah.
absolutely a jazz musician as well. Like it's a name that
When I'm not playing to the
Absolutely.
letter of the law, yeah, I play my jazz trumpet. The letter.
we also have a very important question in chat from Barry. Is Shank's trench coat a little mini one or a human sized so it looks too big on him?
Oh, it's tailor made.
Okay.
It's it's a perfect trench coat. Like if Shank wasn't in this show, he would have been like right after Sharky and George on your Saturday morning cartoons. It's he lives in a world where everything's small, but this time, like Howard the Duck, he's been plucked out and plonked into Hibernia.
Okay, that works. Okay, so you have all been called in kind of last minute for a shift in the boozy bucket. Normally there'll be like maybe 2 of you on or whatever. It's not normally busy enough to warrant 3 staff plus the owner, Sir Ken the tender. But tonight is a very busy night. You were told to be ready for a late one, and ready for anything specifically, because the thing about the Rusty Bucket is it caters to heroes and villains, and there's, as I said, there's never been a fight in the boozy bucket. If you've ever asked Sir Ken, he tells you he has his ways. He tells you that it's all about tone you use. It's not about responding with violence or threat. If you threaten people with violence to not do violence, it won't work. And everyone who comes to the boozy bucket seems to respect Sir Ken. You've heard rumblings from patrons who talk and maybe have had a few too many pints that he's had a reputation before he opened a bar. He's not someone to mess with, but he garners a lot of respect. The tavern itself tonight is it's busy but not rammed. Like, you're not being jostled around. There's a bit of a buzz to it. There aren't any seats, but there's people kind of standing beside tables dotted around. There's a faint hint of tobacco in the air, but it's not like gross when someone's been smoking too much. It's to be honest, it's drowned out by the overpowering tang of spilt and stale beer, despite your best efforts to clean it up. And there's all walks of life dotted about the bar. More like the bucket itself is kind of removed from any cities or anything like that. It's sort of a little bit out in the wilderness, not too far in the middle of nowhere, but to the point that you get humans, Aarakocra, you get hobgoblins, you get, some people have sworn they've seen very young hill giants in attendance. It's monsters and beasts and necromancers and knights of old. It caters to all, and there's kind of like a sort of, it's a, what's the thing in Star Wars? It's a pit of something in villainy. It's been a long time since I've seen those. It's basically Mos Eisley, but in a forest. That's it. Scum and villainy. I knew there was a missing word. That's the general vibe. And at the start of your shift, Sir Ken gathers you all at the bar, and he's a very large human man, but he sort of looks like bigger than most humans you've seen, but sort of like, you can't tell if he's very, very muscular or very overweight, and it's just kind of sitting favorably. Like, he's got broad shoulders but a massive gut. He's got sort of mutton chop beard, balding in the middle, sort of kindly eyes but a weathered face. And as he leans on the bar forward, it sort of creaks a little bit under his weight, and you sort of notice it's been ornamental on the walls for a very long time, but just the kind of overwhelming presence he's exuding makes it more obvious. There is a large warhammer mounted on the wall, with engravings on the side saying "Treasured Memories." The top of it is made of stone but shaped to look like an enormous tooth. He leans forward on the bar and he says, "Okay, right. Very much appreciate you all coming in last minute. Bit overrun, as you can see. Don't think it's going to get much worse than this. Just need you to ferry the points out. If anyone's causing trouble, you let me know. They all seem like regulars. Snaps, you in particular. I'd appreciate you showing some restraint until you absolutely have to start clocking skulls. I understand you like to do your work. If you have to do it outside, alright? That's all I ask." "Very good. appreciate
do
it.
that.
You're a good lad. Little unsettling, but that's kind of why we hired you. I'm going to stay behind the bar just in case. Not afraid anyone's going to start swinging digs, but there's a few lads I wouldn't trust not to stick their head behind one of the taps. If you see that, also let me know. That's about it. Go out there, have a good time, you know. If there's any problems, that's what Hazard pays for, you know. And he claps his hand on the bar. It's like, right, I'm gonna start pouring pints. And immediately is like when you like turn around from the bar, there's people sort of waving at you, being like pointing at empty cups and stuff, and seemingly demanding that you serve them. Let's see. Bree, you are kind of your eye is caught by a table of one large hobgoblin and a table of 6 goblins. They actually seem quite kindly. They're waving. You recognize one or two of the goblins that have been in before, and they're usually quite fond of your songs. You've never seen the hob before, but he doesn't seem to be causing any trouble. He seems quite merry, and they're pointing. They're like, eight pints, please. 8 pints, please.
Okie dokie, I'm gonna go and get those now. And she'll swan around the bar. 8, please. We need 8. 8 for my friends.
8 coming up. And you can see the goblins are actually clapping at you in the distance, being like, yay, yay, she's so graceful and she brings us alcohol. We like her.
Oh, I like you all too. I think you're really, really great.
Song, and they start chanting. The other tables around are kind of like aggressively ignoring them, but the goblins seem pretty hell-bent on a song.
Yay. She's going to, while she's waiting for all of the drinks to get served, she's gonna swing around her little lute and just gonna start like trilling it a little bit. And she doesn't sing with words, but she's a songbird, so she'll just like harmonize with her little bird song.
Nice.
With her little lute.
Give me a performance check, please.
Performance check. Oh, I did those.
First roll.
First roll.
27.
27.
The
Set the
goblins
tone.
lose their mind. Even you were kind of like, oh shit, this is pretty good. I haven't ever sounded this good before. Your vocal cords, it sounds like you're harmonizing with yourself. It's almost like when something catches you in your throat and you do that kind of like weird 2 voices at once thing. And even the hobgoblin, he's not losing his mind as much as the hobs or as much as the goblins, but you can see like his eyes are a little bit wet. He just kind of like takes a sip and then looks like he's wiping his mouth, but wipes his eyes as well. And he's like, this is pretty good. She's pretty good at singing. That's okay. That's good. You're very good. Okay, thank you. Even other tables have like turned around and started like, it's died down a little bit and they're all sort of paying attention to you. Shank Nasty, what are you doing? Are you looking for empty glasses? Are you cleaning tables? Are you investigating?
I'm looking at the window with the rain. Thinking about this tavern chews you up and spits you out and leaves you for nothing. I light a match and whatever way the light is, it's just catching just my eyes. And then I look around and I just kind of take in. I see, oh, there's a hob boss over there. Can't trust those hobsters. And I'm trying to see, if there was anyone who might cause trouble tonight, I'd love to know. And bear in mind, I've dark vision, but brackets, I see in shades of grey. It's not all black and white with me. I know there's lines you have to cross sometimes in the shades of grey of dark.
Yeah, that's what leaning into your weaknesses is. Make a perception check.
Nice. Boop. That's not a D20. Boop. Oh boy. Perception is 8.
8. Okay. There's a few shifty looking individuals.
However, Wes, if I down this, can I reroll
Absolutely,
that?
you can.
Nice.
Because I'm pretty
Because
confident.
I'm also
that
getting
it's poison,
sick of the mint. I think it is. Just to get us going.
Rank. Absolutely rank.
Ooh.
All right. Ooh, 10.
Much
Worth
better. Yeah, that's good. That's good. Yeah, as you're looking around, you're like, this actually seems like you're sort of disappointed because like Sir Ken sort of made you believe like it's going to be packed with shady individuals, but like you see like a knight in plate armor with like his 1 foot up on a stool, like serenading the group with like, and then I slayed the dragon with my mighty sword, and like clearly a boring hero individual, like squeaky clean cop kind of thing. There's a couple. It's predominantly heroes in here, but none of them are anyone you've heard of, so they're not even big deals. There's
I look at that half-plate guy and I go, so much hot air. And I know I've met a couple of flumps in my time. Dragons? This part of the world? Unlikely.
I'd say you're actually pretty, with your detective skills, you don't even have to roll for it. You're pretty confident he's talking shit. Like, he's never even seen a dragon.
Yeah. Dragons don't even exist canonically in Hibernia, and I would know. I'm from here.
As you can tell by the local accent.
You can tell by my...
I didn't even mean to do an accent. It's just like Ben started doing it, and then I just got caught.
I have moved on to my watermelon IPA, which is also great.
That is a very pretty can, though. I like that.
Watermelon.
How is it?
Another spring series.
Yeah.
The whole face is on.
Oh,
Oh,
I haven't seen that.
I like that.
That's adorable.
Okay, so you do see a couple of figures that are like, all right, these are guys to keep an eye on. There is a kind of a willowy, narrow, gaunt sort of individual, potentially elven, but his longer hair is covering his ears. It's hard to tell when he's sitting down. He's wearing a dark purple robe with a golden belt on it. It's hard to tell if he's like malnourished or just old with really good skin. He doesn't. He's you know what I mean. He's got that kind of.
No, I don't.
He looks like he should be more wrinkly than he is. If that makes sense.
Oh.
It's just there's something not off-putting about him, but it's kind of like maybe you've had work done, but it's just really good work, so I can't tell. Do you know what it is? Have you ever seen Nick Lachey, the guy from like that reality? He was in a boy band. He's in like one of those shows now where they're not allowed to see each other. Anyway, you know what? Google Nick Lachey. He looks like that, where it's like, you can't be as young as you look. Because I remember you being on reality TV when I was in school. So Nick Lachey is at the bar.
Suspiciously youthful for an old man.
What raises the hackles on the back of your neck more than his youthful skin is the fact that there are 5 skeletons sat around the table with him that are all sharing beers. And I mean, the beer is just sloshing straight onto the ground beneath them. And he's sort of...
Are they, very important question, are they made of bones?
They are made of bone. They are actual skeletons.
And
they are now...
Oh, I've got one weakness. I'll tell you what it is. It's bones, man. I can't help myself.
Crucially,
I'm going to try and get a fever.
Crucially, a lot of the bones are now beer-basted as well, because they've been drinking and it's been sloshing down the ribs.
Delicious.
98 degrees, thank you,
I am
chat.
going to
That's
try
Nick Lachey was
myself a little ankle. I need to sneak myself an ankle here.
But the fact that he's there in the company of animated skeletons is kind of shifty. There is
I could see that.
There's also on the other side of the bar 2 fairly large orcs. They don't look particularly dangerous, but just you can't remember the last time you saw like pure blood orcs around here. Normally they start trouble, but not always. Just something to keep on your radar. They just seem to be talking amongst themselves. And then there's a dwarf sat at the same table as the knight who was boasting, who has a little bit of a twitch in his eye. He looks like he's kind of sick of this guy's posturing. And you make a kind of a mental note that like, okay, this guy might actually get sick of this knight guy and swing something, so we got to be ready for that. Might not be the worst fight in the world if you don't get there in time, but you know, you want to be the guy who breaks up a fight. Probably better to get there quicker before Snaps does.
Yeah, unfortunately, though, I have not paid any attention to any of those details because I'm floating through the air on the smell of bones towards the skeleton.
Yeah, there is the smell that's beckoning you towards them. Yeah, completely. Are you going over to the gentleman with the skeletons?
Yeah, well, I'm going to sleuth my way over and see if I can get a little tibula.
Okay, are you going to try and take a bone, or are you trying to cover up your approach?
Well, I'm sleuthing.
You're going to have to specify what that means, because unfortunately Dungeons & Dragons 5th edition doesn't have a sleuthing skill that I can pull from.
I suppose I'm stealthing with disadvantage in my plate mail. That's what I'm really saying.
Okay. You make a stealth check with disadvantage then.
Absolutely. Oh, same. Double numbers. 13. Lucky number 13.
Okay. So you You can hear your armor clanking a little bit under your. Is it under your coat? Is that how you're wearing it?
It's like chainmail, shirt, suspenders, tie, trench coat, trilby.
Right, standard detective getup. You can hear it kind of like clanking a little bit, but you're pretty confident that like the bustle of the crowd is covering it up enough, and like you maybe, I mean, it's up to you. You can judge the distance that you're like, they definitely won't hear me while I'm maybe 4 feet away, but you know that if you get closer than this, you might run the risk of being heard. Do you want to press even closer?
Is anyone around me saying no?
No one seems to have commented on you at all. They just, I mean, you're clearly staff, so no one's really commenting.
Well, without a command from a domineering voice, I'm going straight for it.
Are you gonna try and swipe a bone?
Yes, absolutely.
Okay, make a sleight of hand check, please.
Dirty 20.
Dirty 20. Very nice. Okay.
Ooh.
In that case, you managed to swipe. Was it a tibia? Was that what you were going for?
I'm basically going for, it's clearly not a tibia because I think that's in an arm. I'm going for the one that connects the knee bone to the.
Oh, I think it's the
knee bone
femur.
to the foot bone.
Femur is the leg, I think.
Yeah, I'm going for the.
Femur's
Femur's the top half of the leg. You're going for the shin, basically. The thing at the
Tibia?
back of the shin.
Is that what that's called?
Yeah.
Anyway. Yeah.
Leg bone.
The knee bone connects to the foot bone and whatever's in between there.
See,
the thing that looks most like a doggy delicious bone.
See, we're shit out of luck because the thing I know is dragons and they don't exist here. And I don't know human skeletons. So, okay.
So they're human. A detective is using humans.
Well, we're hoping that. Well, it's because there's ears are cartilage, which is how you identify a lot of the races in this world. But here we go. Aside from corgis, obviously. Okay, you managed to swipe the leg bone. The skeleton whips around, and you can just kind of like clack as it turns its head around. But he looks like immediately past you. And the white-haired gentleman at the table looks up and he just like taps the table. And the skeleton begrudgingly turns back around and it points at his under the table at his leg, and the white-haired gentleman goes like, "So as I was saying, he stood there with blood coming out of his. I don't care. As he stood there with blood coming out." He's like clearly ignoring the skeleton and continuing with his story. The skeleton eventually just kind of like slumps his shoulders and then takes a sip of his drink that pours down his rib cage, and you've successfully stolen an animated skeleton's leg bone. You can add that to your inventory or eat it immediately. It's up to you.
I'll be chewing on it all night.
He was like gonna get into the corner and just kind of.
I'm gonna bury it in the corner.
Nice.
Safekeeping for later.
Okay.
Nice.
Snaps, what are you getting up to? Are you serving drinks? Are you sizing people up?
Yeah, I think I was just ferrying some pints back and forth, and then watched that happen. I was like, I'm still not sure whether or not anybody else can see that dog. I'm still too afraid to ask, so I'm not going to interfere. Because if it turns out that only I can see the dog, that's a problem. So, okay. And I just keep bringing pints to tables. I'm not looking at anybody. I'm keeping an eye on that dwarf that I think looks like he's gonna lose his temper. I'm like 50% rooting for him, so like I don't know.
I had a feeling that might be the way this went. Perfect. Okay, cool. You are ferrying pints back and forth, and as the only one who is actively doing so, or continuously doing so, Sir Ken claps a hand on your shoulder at one point before you pick up the next round. You can feels like someone's just like kind of jumped on your shoulder. There's a weird amount of weight to it. It feels like kind of a baked ham attached to his forearm rather than a hand, and probably about as wet.
You can describe things in a way that's not described.
Did you say baked ham? Because I'm gonna need to get a slice of that.
Start gnawing on the guy's hand. He clears his throat and he says, "Snaps, I lost the voice there. There, it's back now. I found it again there. Sorry, that happens to me sometimes. You'll have to forgive me. You're doing a great job there now. I'm just wondering if you'd be interested in a bit more of a challenge. I believe in pushing people, especially someone like yourself. You remind me of a
I love pushing
not what Okay, listen. Can you carry a barrel?" And he hoops up a large barrel of ale in one hand and holds it out to you. And he's like, "We should be already carrying one of these because we need some of them moved down to the basement below."
Yeah, no
Give
bother.
me an athletics check to see how you handle the barrel that's been handed to you.
I actually can't see anything. Hold on. Because I'm still wearing sunglasses.
I love that it's not even that the sunglasses have to come off, it's that the glasses have to go on.
Well, no, it's their prescription, but not at
yeah,
night. That's a 12 plus 6 is 18.
Okay. Yeah, you hup being a verb, of course. You hup it up on on one shoulder. It creaks a little bit under your weight, and it's like, not that you feel your knees buckle, you're like, this is heavier than expected, but once you kind of steady yourself and straighten up, you're like, this is okay. You feel like you could probably carry 2, but maybe let's see how the journey goes, because you don't want to make a fool of yourself. Sir Ken says, all right, if you wouldn't mind, there's a trapdoor here behind the bar. If you could start lumping a few of those down, I'd really appreciate it. It'd be doing me a great service as well.
Yeah, no problem.
And he points to, there's a large door behind the bar that you just, when you see people like rolling kegs down into those outside pubs. I think that's how they work.
Yeah. I just hop down with it.
You're actually jumping down with it, yeah?
That is what I, Orla, understood from that instruction. So I'm going to say that is what Snaps understood from that instruction.
So
pops right down the trapdoor with the barrel.
No, it's not a huge drop. It's like maybe 10 feet, and with your innate strength, you can survive that. You land lively and place the barrel on the ground. There's a couple of barrels already down there. Some of them are half empty. Some of them, like, there's a weird smell of like rat's piss. It's not a super clean and nice bar. Something you notice, you've never actually been down here before. Normally Sir Ken just has you guys like ferrying drinks around and cleaning up. You don't normally go to the back of this tavern, or the underneath in this case, and you kind of notice in the dark that there's sort of, you've been in buildings made of stone before, and whatever fantasy cement is kind of lining all the bricks together, some of the pieces of this wall have like this sort of dark purple through line, sort of looks almost like veins running through it. Sorry?
So like the mortar?
The mortar, that's the word. I'm like, there's definitely a fantasy version of cement here. Yes, the mortar has like veins running through it every so often. And it's got this kind of like dull glow to it. Doesn't feel like it's an immediate threat, but it's, as you notice, it's kind of like running the whole way around the underneath of the tavern, sort of throughout the bricks.
What if he paid extra for that? And then I go upstairs.
He points to more barrels and then leaves you to it, lowering them back and forth.
Yep. Going back and forth.
Okay. Bree, as you finish up your first or third song of the evening, you feel a tug at your dress, or your coat. I forget what it is. Is it a coat? I can't remember. Both. Okay, perfect.
Both. A dress and then a coat.
Yeah, okay. You feel a tug, and a very small skeleton is standing beside you, and it, what you presume smiles at you, but seems to just like point his teeth at you, and then points across the room, at the silver-haired, gaunt individual who sort of waves with delicate fingers, and he just goes like, "Do you know the Song of the Dawn's chorus?"
I don't know that one, but I can sing maybe something else that might be quite similar to that, if you
My
like.
friends and I are big fans of birds.
I'm a bird. I'm a bird. Are you
By
a big fan of
association,
me?
absolutely.
Oh, you're my favorite one tonight. And she'll take out her little lute and she'll start strumming and start singing her little bird song. And she'll do one little loop around the cute little skeleton, and then she'll swan her way over to the table with this nice gentleman. What was his name? Nicholas Cage.
Oh, we haven't had a name yet, but I like that.
Nicholas Cage.
As you march around the tavern, a couple of other Aarakocra actually join in with you, kind of walking behind as almost like baby ducks behind a mama kind of thing, and they kind of like join in at the odd points. None of them ever try and steal the spotlight. It seems like maybe they're like, why do I know this song? I feel like I know this song. It's just kind of something innate in bird folk. And it ends with a rousing applause from the entire tavern. There's kind of a mix of like just normal person clapping, some of the more bestial creatures. There's like what one would presume is a werewolf just starts like smacking the ground with his hand in appreciation. A few like knights and paladins like clap with their like gloves on, so it makes this awkward kind of thwapping, but they seem to appreciate it in a chivalrous sort of way. But you seem to be the toast of the tavern, and the skinny gentleman who requested the song in particular is standing up, and he's pushed his chair back and he's clapping with abandon, very appreciative of the song you've performed. The skeletons are all clapping in unison at the exact same time, almost like those, when someone's like attached by sticks and those like performance sort of things on when they're busking.
Like a little marionette.
Yeah. Okay. So the gentleman walks up to you, and he says, "That was wonderful, my dear. I feel awful. I feel like I should introduce myself after such a service. My name is Whiteclaw the Seltzer. I'm sort of new enough to the area.
Instantly.
I'm sort of trying to get the attention of some of the staff here, but none of them seem to be very attentive, and you seem more the sort to help out an old man who needs a bit of assistance. I just felt I should let you know there's two very large bestial gentlemen over there by the bar. I've overheard them saying rather suspicious things. They're talking quite strangely. I think they might be about to rob you." And he points to this large,
Really?
hairy humanoid creature with horns coming out of his head, presumably a minotaur. He has a sort of look, and the humanoid beside him just sort of looks like a scaly orc sort of thing. It's hard to place him. You've never actually seen a creature like it before. He's got feathers at the back of his head, quite a long neck, just sort of reptilian and bird-like. But they're both about nearly 7 feet tall.
If you're trying to avoid Dragonborn, they exist.
He is not. Fine. He is specifically not Dragonborn, and you can tell that because he has a tail, and Dragonborn don't have tails.
He's got a little tail.
Oh God! Don't start that discourse.
No, I'm a firm believer they should have. It's more fun if they have tails. I agree. But no, he is not Dragonborn. He's just sort of this, sort of like in the Andrew Garfield Spider-Man movies, that like CGI the lizard they had, the Reese Fans guy, kind of looks more like
intimately,
more like that, but with like a few feathers and all going on. But that sort of like humanoid face,
accessible
very
pop
much.
culture reference.
Just thought you should know. You should maybe keep an eye on those boys. They might cause a bit of mischief for you. Don't worry. If the poop hits the fan, me and my friends, who will be of as much assistance as we can be. Although I don't know if we can really do much here. I understand that Sir Ken doesn't really tolerate violence of any capacity around here.
Oh yes, there's no fights here at all. We've never had a fight here, so I don't think they're going to rob us.
I certainly hope you're right. I appreciate your enthusiasm and your music. I shall return to my table and leave you to your work. Thank you again.
Do you want a drink? That's sort of what I'm here for. I can get you like a drink as well. Do you want anything mopped up?
I would love a sherry.
Do you want me to mop up your table?
I couldn't find any before, but...
Yes, of course. Do you have any mysteries that need solved? Legal advice? Anything?
Well, if that's the sort of thing you were involved with, I'm wondering about that large hammer behind the bar. It's
Yes.
The good times hammer. Is that what you say? Oh, very good.
It's very big.
It seems vaguely familiar. I feel like I've seen pictures of it before, but there's no labels on it, and Sir Ken certainly never talks about it. I'd be very curious to know if there's a story behind it, or anything like that. Because
I could make one up if you like. I could make one up and sing it right now.
Sure, why not? That couldn't hurt, I suppose. He seems a little bit dejected, but willing to listen to your song.
First, I will go get the sherry. I will go maybe ask these people at the bar if they intend to rob us. I bet they don't. It'd be funny if they did. It'd certainly be exciting. Then I can go and make up a story and then come back and sing it.
Wonderful. And he returns to his seat. Thank you very much.
Bye. She walks off, not turning around. Bye.
Incredibly creepy.
And then she'll go run to the bar and just pour a sherry and have like a little closer look at these two people. The Minotaur and the humanoid scaly boy.
Make a
How are they
perception
looking?
check.
Are they looking
See what
okay?
you can spot.
Perception check.
Have I appeared
Yeah, I
from
mean,
the basement
presuming
at this point?
you've actually no. By this stage, you've loaded all the barrels that there are. Yeah,
I'm
you're
stopping down.
kind of you're done. Look.
So I'm behind the bar with Brie at this point.
I rolled it. I got 6.
Okay.
6.
So yeah, Snaps
altogether.
as the heavy here, you notice that Bree is sort of like scanning the environment, which is not what she's known to do. So you kind of like maybe look where she's looking, like, okay, is there something suspicious going on? And you may also roll perception if you'd like.
Okay. I will do that, but also I'll like side to her while I'm scoping it for myself. My perception's not fantastic, but
Okay.
17 total.
Okay, well, do what you're gonna do with Bree, and then I'll tell you what you got for your check.
Oh, well, just sort of like rolling up, kind of giving them the eye, and kind of, hey.
I'm really
What's going
sorry. Customers are not allowed back behind the bar.
What the fuck? What?
It's staff only. I might get in trouble. Do you want anything? I can get it for you.
Are you drunk?
No, I'm not allowed to drink on the job either.
Yeah, but what? And then I go back to ignoring her and looking at the two guys. I'm like, okay, never mind. That's not gonna
You
help.
notice that the scaly boy is sort of, his glance is shifting over to one of the few doors in the boozy bucket. There's one of the doors leads up to the rooms upstairs. There's 2 floors of rooms that people sleep in, and there's another door that leads down to the basement, a different path to the basement than the trapdoor you were using. The trapdoor leads to just kind of storage, and then the other one leads to sort of where the furnace and the plumbing and all that kind of stuff leads. So he's kind of noticeably kind of like glancing over there and just kind of seeing if, presumably if, yeah, he just keeps looking over. I'm trying to think what else you would glean from just seeing this, but I don't think you'd glean anything else.
All right, so I clock that. I look around. Is Ken behind the bar
He's just
still?
constantly pulling pints.
So I'll kind of go up behind him and just subtly kind of just give him a nod towards that, like just kind of.
He kind of seems confused at first and cocks his head, and then like slowly turns his head over, and his eyebrows raise, and then he turns back to you, and he's like slowly nodding back, and then like points at his 2 eyes, then points at your 2 eyes, and then points at them. And then he goes back to pouring a pint.
Snaps just kind of nods, doesn't know what he's just been told, but nods enthusiastically, and then sort of just is gonna really slowly carry the next set of pints over to another table while keeping an eye on that whole situation.
As you carry your pints over, the Minotaur stands up and starts walking towards the bathroom, and since you're keeping your eyes on him anyway, you don't have to make a roll to see that he just like very suddenly like changes direction and tries to casually walks through that door that they were looking at down towards the basement, and he disappears down there in a flash.
Okay, I go after him. Fuck it.
Shank Nasty,
pretty
you notice since you've been like studiously looking at the room beyond your bone, you notice that Snap's on the move. You didn't necessarily catch what they were following, but something is happening.
Well,
I would like to think that I whistle. Because again, Snap's not 100% certain whether
Are you
the
whistling
dog's real.
to catch the Minotaur's attention, or to like call?
No, to call Shax should he be real as opposed to a vivid hallucination. Because Snaps figures if I just like do a sharp dog whistle, like no one will really think that's weird. But if the dog is real, then it'll get the dog's attention.
When you whistle, the lizard lad kind of like snaps his glance over to you, as if like the way like geckos do when they're like freaking out, and bolts for the door after his friend.
But I would probably in front
yes.
of him at this
Okay.
point.
Very good point. He's gonna try and.
Am I between him and the door?
I mean,
or
you clocked this from a ways off, so you'd be blocking the way. he's going to try and knock you out of the way. So he is going to make I suppose it's a grapple check. So you can choose to, you can use athletics or acrobatics to, you can like trip him or just knock him over. I feel like you're going to try and knock him over.
Yeah, I don't know. I have the tavern brawler feat, which gives me in an unarmed situation, I have advantage to, like, if I hit someone, I also grapple them. So if I successfully hit them,
I like
also
that.
grapple
Okay, so
them.
you just need to make an attack roll rather than a contest check.
Yeah, so if I just take a swing,
Okay,
and if
yeah,
I
yeah, roll to
successfully
hit. That's great.
then this guy's
I like
grabbed.
that. A defensive clothesline.
Yeah, basically, I'm like getting him into like kind of a headlock situation. So good. Okay, 17 plus 6 is 23 to hit.
That does indeed hit.
Which does 5 damage and
Okay.
is grappled.
That works
Nice.
for me. Okay. So are you just like punching him square in the face, or are you just like how does the attack look?
It's like I get the arm into his windpipe, and then like bam, head around,
Nice, okay.
arm around the.
You hear this kind of like hey, and it's sort of, he's a good bit taller than you, so it's almost working to your. Okay, yeah, because it almost works to your advantage. Like he's having a hard time straightening up.
You know?
You can hear him trying to protest, but like your wrist is pressed pretty hard into his windpipe. And he's like, "Look out! You're not supposed to."
To which I say, hoping that Shanks is real. Go get him! Go!
Yeah.
Go get him!
Now, illustrious DM, I'm a bit of a man of glory, and channeling that glory into my peerless athlete. As a bonus action, I gain the following benefits for the next 10 minutes. I have advantage on athletics and acrobatics checks.
Okay.
The amount I can carry, push, drag, and lift is doubled, and the distance of my long and high jumps increased by 10 feet.
Okay.
Now, on top of that,
Are you gonna burn all your resources just across the bar?
no, it's just a single channel divinity. But on top of that, I have an aura of alacrity, which means my walking speed is increased by 10 feet. So, with a bound and a leap, sliding over a table, I am pouncing towards in front of this Minotaur. So if he enters my 5 feet radius, I'm going to react sentinel, stop him in his tracks.
Okay.
Because I'm nothing if not a very good detective.
Okay, so you're presumably standing in front of the door then if he breaks free from Snaps.
Yeah, I'm gonna drop my bone, leap over a table, and charge towards a door in all my Lofi legendariness, and stop in front of the door and go, "You got shanked, buddy."
Yeah, to which he replies,
No, the Minotaur.
If you're gonna shank him! I'm not gonna hold on to him all night. I gotta get down.
I'm chasing after the Minotaur, not
oh sorry, the
not
Minotaur's in
guy
the
who's
headlock.
grabbed.
The lizard,
Yeah.
the lizard man has already disappeared down the door.
How?
No, I have the lizard.
Oh,
downstairs.
Sorry,
The
excuse
Minotaur
me.
is downstairs.
I got turned around in my own world. Yes, then that happens.
chasing
What you
after
said
the-
happens.
I'm chasing after.
With Bree being at the bar pouring the
Yeah,
sherry,
you can
is
see
she
this.
like
This is,
seeing all
like,
this? Does she see them
Considered
run?
commotion.
Oh no! Can Bree chase down?
Yeah,
Isn't it
the
the
Minotaur
Minotaur
charged
that
down,
went
yeah.
down into the? Can she chase
Absolutely.
after him because it's staff only?
Absolutely, you can.
Staff only.
Yes, you
no.
can absolutely run down the stairs after the Minotaur. Shank Nasty, are you also running down the stairs, or are you blocking it?
Yes, I'm using my full 70 feet of movement to get
Oh,
in
sorry, I
front of
missed
that
the actual
Minotaur.
number 7.
I am chasing
Right, okay.
him like a dog after a bone, you might say.
Okay,
You might say my dogged determination is getting me in front of him.
okay. You burst down the stairs. Bree, Shank Nasty is just a blur ahead of you, but he's left the door open and you can freely chase down after him.
This way, kid.
As you run down, you gain on the Minotaur pretty quickly. He's already stopped dead. He's run down a flight of stairs.
How dead?
What?
How dead has he stopped?
He has stopped pretty completely.
Okay, good.
He's yes, it's unclear as to whether it's because you told him to or because he is now faced with a room filled with spikes. There is what one would have presumed was the first floor of the basement. There is another floor of the basement, and you can see there's almost like a winding stairs, but with a different floor at each one. And after the first floor of the basement, there is a room. There's like spike traps the whole way across. There's like swinging blades going across the room. Like he's where he stopped, his foot is clearly on like a pressure plate, and like you just as you came into the room, a dart just flew past his nose, and he's like frozen in absolute terror. And he just turns around and he's like, "There wasn't supposed to be no traps.
You got shanked, scumbag."
Didn't you use that before upstairs?"
No, it's whoever's writing this got it mixed up. It's the first time I've said it.
I'm so sorry, but this is staff only. You'll have to go back upstairs to the bar floor.
He looks at the two of you, then across at the traps, then back at the two of you, and he's gonna like try and leap across the room.
Reaction Sentinel, stop him in his tracks.
Okay, so that lets you attack, and if you connect, does that stop his movement?
Yes, if I hit, so I use my reaction to take an opportunity attack, and if I hit, their speed becomes 0 for the rest of their turn.
Roll to hit.
I will absolutely. What I'm gonna use to hit is, and then stop me if I'm going. I pull out my revolver.
Okay. For audio listeners, that's the name of a beer. It's the only reason this is sliding.
I pistol whip him.
Wait, hang on. You're gonna magic like automat or weaponry into this world and then use it as a blunt object.
Yeah, because I have a
Don't
code.
stop
That's
him.
fair. I mean, I'm not against it. I just want to make sure I understand the parameters of the situation.
All right. What am I? Do you want me to just use my other melee weapons as the
Use
stats,
whatever
or how do-
weapons you want to use. I do not have a problem with it.
Okay, right.
And
just gonna
because
do
I
that
like
D&D
tension,
Beyond
I'm actually
as
going to tell you the creature's AC because I've always preferred that kind of way of doing it. You have to beat a 14 or hit a 14.
well. Ooh,
He's
got a
he's
12.
actively not wearing armor.
I got a 12, but I did just pour myself a beer.
Okay.
So I think I want to stop this guy at all costs.
Okay.
It's one of my flaws. I cannot let a case stay open. So if you're okay with me,
Oh, absolutely. It's
drinking
just
half
that
of
that beer is mostly
free-
heady. You sure you want to attack it that aggressively?
I mean, the other option is to open up. Sorry, Wes. I didn't. I've got 4 revolvers.
Oh, I'm not saying it's not beer. I more mean for your benefit, it's going to be unpleasant.
No, I just mean that on me I have 4 revolvers.
Right. Okay. Of course. Yes.
Yeah, the one that I was given, the one in my sock,
Is this? Yeah.
the one taped to my back.
Is this so that when you inevitably have to hand in your
Why you have disadvantage on stealth?
Exactly. Yeah, it's not plate armor.
Yeah.
None of the safety's on. This is a terrible idea.
Like
It's because when
No, I can do
it's so
that.
that when they inevitably retire you, you're like, all right, here's my gun, just the one of them. Yeah.
and my other gun. My favorite trope is
Ooh.
when someone has to like get disarmed at a door and they just keep pulling more and more weapons out of unlikely places. That is one of my favorite tropes. It has to be said.
Did you ever see the Lego Lord of the Rings, Two Towers,
Yeah.
before
Great
they go and
example of
meet?
It didn't help. I got worse. It's a worse roll.
Okay.
Wow. Okay.
Actually, he's gonna have to roll an athletics check to see how well he does here, but yeah, he's okay. He sort of like dive rolls across the spike pit. As he's about to like land on the other side, one of the swinging guillotines catches him in the shoulder, and he kind of spins, and one of the spike traps catches his ankle, and you can hear this like as he like it fucks up his leg, but he drags himself through.
Oh, sorry, I had you on mute. Can you do that sound again?
He sort of lets out a
There you go.
Is it a Tim the Toolman kind of, or where are we getting?
It's
with
like a reverse Tim the Toolman. Like he sucked it back into himself after he's made it.
this? Okay.
Yeah, he pulls himself free from
Ooh, that's gotta
from the
hurt.
sharp edges, and he looks back at you with like sort of fear and desperation. Shank Nasty, you'd recognize it as the look of a caged animal. You've seen many crooks down dark alleys that sort of like a cornered rat that's going to bite. and he disappears down the next flight of stairs. Snaps, are you still hanging on to this guy upstairs?
I'm just hanging on to this dude, and I'm like, I'm gonna, at this stage, what I might do is like reposition my grapple a little bit so that he can speak.
As you're struggling with him,
As you're struggling with him,
Sir Ken kind of hurriedly comes over to you, grabs the guy, like puts his hand on like the top of his head and like puts a hand on your shoulder, be like, it's alright, I got it, it's alright, you're alright. Good.
There's another one in the basement.
That's good stuff. And he like grabs the lizard lad by the scruff of the neck and just like casually tosses him out a nearby window. And he's like, all right, no fights, no, told you now, no fights. And then he leans into you. He's like, you shouldn't have been able to get him in a headlock at all. Now, that's considered violence. No, you're not in trouble, lad.
Do you mean this philosophically,
I mean this
or
physically? And
as in I physically? I mean, I know he's bigger than me.
I mean, the second you tried to get him in a headlock, you should have been disabled. So I'm a little concerned as to how that happened.
Hey, boss man. I have something. I forgot what accent I was doing earlier.
Sorry, I was from the country there for a second. It's gone.
Yeah, I don't know. Then I started doing your voice.
You're a chameleon, I know. Listen, Snaps, I know you're a chameleon.
Yeah, I can't help it. Yeah. I don't know if this is. I just thought. I thought this was like a thing you were doing downstairs that was for fun. Are the walls meant to be purple? In the basement, the meant to be kind of purple.
No, the walls are not meant to be purple.
Is that connected? Do you think maybe?
Certainly not good. Listen, all right. I need you to follow the other two down to the basement. I'll cover the bar up here. Don't make a scene. Don't want anyone to know what's going on.
Yeah. One more thing, boss. So before, okay, so Bree doesn't know I work. That's not important. Forget that bit. But some guy was talking to her before she saw the guy. She gave me the nod. Then I gave you the nod for the guys that are in the basement now. But some guy gave her the nod before she gave me the nod. That I gave you the nod.
A different guy to the guy that ran down the basement. A third guy.
Yeah, third guy. The guy with the
skeleton. He turns around. He's like, right. Alright, I know that, lad. It's alright. I'll handle it. Don't worry about it. But
right, yeah. So that's all I got for you. Skeleton man, purple walls.
You're a good
I'm
security officer, Snaps. Go on. Off you go. And yeah, he closes the door behind you as you go down to the basement to aid in your allies. And you come to a stop at the end of the stairs to a room full of deadly traps and a corgi man with his revolver cocked. It's up to you if you've ever seen a revolver before. And Bree standing there sort of looking a bit concerned that someone's actively breaking the rules. And we will find out how you guys navigate this room full of traps after our little break. Because we're at 9:15 now. I didn't actually realise what time it was. Okay, so we will be back in 15 minutes. Hello to all the new people in chat, by the way. There's a few names we haven't seen before, which is always fun. Tell us what you guys are drinking. This is our pre-Paddy's Day stream. If you haven't seen the drinking rules, we are drinking for competitive reasons. So far it hasn't gone very well for the players, but hopefully that changes. We'll be back in 15 minutes. We hope to see you then. Thank you for tuning in, and we will be back very, very shortly. Welcome back. That's good. Okay, see, I started on my solo cam because I feel like that's a good way to greet everyone back, but it's important we go to the full cast because Ben has a good return pose. There you go. Very, very. I'm trying to think of it like an Irish Billy Jean. Billy Sean? I don't know.
Billy Sean.
He just sounds like a violent boxer.
It's the Billy part you need to change, man.
No, I don't think so. No, I like Billy Sean now that I've said it. Listen, if you can be Shank Nasty, I can be Billy Sean. Welcome back to part 2 of Homebrew, our Paddy's Day special. You are very, very welcome. Hello again to everyone who's in the chat who's been sharing their wonderful drinks that they're having. We are in the middle of an excursion at the basement of a pub with our wood elf bouncer, our half corgi, half man detective, and our Aarakocra bard that's just wants everyone to follow the rules. It's going real well so far. If you missed the first half, I'm probably going to be kind of confused, but at the moment our heroes have descended down to the basement of the Boozy Bucket Tavern because a lizard lad and a minotaur were trying to get down into the basement. There were some freaky veins pulsing through the mortar of the walls, and seemingly in the tavern where no violent acts can be violenced. Violence can now occur again as Snaps managed to get one of the intruding minotaurs or the lizard men into a headlock, which shouldn't be allowed. So they've descended down to the basement.
Snaps while running down the steps singing.
Yeah.
Headlock doesn't even count as
Anti-violence.
violence. That's de-escalate. In his head, he's like, that's de-escalate. What accent?
It got a little bit hippie-ish
Seriously,
there
what
at the end.
accent was
Now
I
that's
doing at the beginning of the
de-escalate.
show?
It's all just chill,
What
man.
was
It's
I?
all chill.
Somebody give me a.
You were kind of going
joke.
off Shank's.
You were like Brooklyn
detective.
Brawler, I think,
I
at
was.
first.
Yeah,
Do your
Brooklyn Brawler.
voice again. I was.
Like a New York,
doing
Jersey
something.
kind of.
Yeah, a bit New Jersey, yeah.
Yeah.
And the rain fell down on the side of the
All right.
window
I'll give it a
pane.
go.
Of all the
Okay.
boozy buckets in all the world of Hibernia, Snaps had to get a job at this one.
Look, all I'm saying is I think that was de-escalation. I really think. Now I think. I mean,
Listen,
it's only fair. I'm getting back into it. I think that was de-escalation. I don't even think a headlock should
Could be
count as
right.
violence. I don't even think that's fair.
You could be right. And the minotaur you saw who caught himself in the traps, that was clearly self-inflicted. So maybe it's nothing. Maybe the glowing purple veins in the walls is just decor. But you left Sir Ken the Tender upstairs to deal with the white-haired individual who gave you the heads up on the shady beastmen. Seemingly he's familiar with them in some capacity. But he gave you the go-ahead to head downstairs and suss out the problem that's going on down there. Seemingly more interested in sending you down to deal with that. So you are now at the far end of a room filled with spike traps, whirling guillotines and pressure plates. It's about 30 feet to the other side to safety, where the next flight of stairs will bring you down to the next level of the basement. What are you guys going to do?
Any lasers?
Okay, if you're stopping a smoke, Snaps is not slowed down. So unless one of you says something, Snaps.
I'm gonna tap you as you
Still
walk by and give you some heroism. I'll give you a nice little slap on the butt. And
nice
also,
little
unless you're
slap on the
unwilling,
butt.
that's the thing. That the magic only because I'm only 2 foot. There's
I know,
only
it's
so
not- yeah.
high I can reach. But if you're willing,
Like again, still 50-50 on whether you're a vivid hallucination.
that's life, baby. All right.
Sure. The hallucination dog slapped me
Are
on the
you
ass,
gonna try
whatever.
and
Yeah.
clear this thing, or are you just running through the trap?
Yeah, I'm gonna try and rogue my way through this fucking trap and
Okay,
hop on the
yeah.
Minotaur. Gonna do some dope
He is,
rogue
yeah,
shit.
okay, I'd say that the speed you're
And I'm
running down,
gonna-
he's kind of like just at the stairs, like just about to disappear from sight. So if you're like quick enough, you might potentially be able to like jump on his back or something.
Yeah, I have a speed of 35 regular. If I take my bonus action to dash, I've got a speed of 70.
Okay.
And then
Okay,
I have
so I'll let
plus
you
8 to
see if you land on the
acrobatics.
other side, and then you will still be just short. But if you want to, then you can use your bonus action to then catch him, if that makes sense. How are you
Cool.
trying to clear the spikes? Are you just like straight up jumping?
Like acrobatics, dodging and jumping and
Okay, then make an athletics check. And what does that heroism do? Does that?
isn't that?
Oh, sorry,
can I do an
acrobatics.
Provide
acrobatics?
some cool background espionage music and give them bardic inspiration.
I'll say you'll have to explain to me how you're using acrobatics, because athletics is like jumping and using your power to jump across. If you want to use acrobatics, it will be I don't know, how are you?
So but basically I need you to picture handsprings, then like parkour onto the side of one spike, parkour onto the side of another spike. At one point, Snaps in fact yells parkour to give himself further forward momentum.
Okay. Yeah, okay. Since you're a fighter rogue, I'll let you use acrobatics for that.
Wes, can I just ask, before you grilled oil on how did you expect someone to get through this? Like, what? You're like, how are you getting through
I
this
don't provide
dexterity
solutions.
trap?
I provide-
With dexterity, Wes, with dexterity.
You've got a big sheet of answers. I've only got questions.
Fair. Fair,
Okay,
fair.
yeah. Make an acrobatics check.
Oh, that's a 18 total. Did someone give me bardic?
Heroism,
Was that
whatever
happening?
means.
What does heroism do?
Imbues you with bravery. Just flavor, it doesn't give you anything. But then you also get 4 temporary hit points. So
That could still be useful here.
you got 4 temporary hit points. Yeah,
That could be useful in future. Somebody was humming espionage?
yeah, you're immune from being frightened too.
That's cool. Snaps is
Okay,
too dumb to be
nice.
scared.
So, Snaps, you leap across.
I got it.
18.
Yeah, it was 18.
You leap across, timing it perfectly so that you dodge the first guillotine flying across, and you can feel you're losing momentum, and you can sense you're not gonna quite make it, and the second guillotine starts to fly towards you, and you reckon you could probably kind of George of the Jungle your way across it from that with the momentum you already have, but you'll need to make another acrobatics or athletics check.
Yeah, all right. Oh, better this time. That's a
23.
23.
Okay, you catch it and sort of like pull yourself along, sort of reverse backflipping your way onto Spider-Man, Iron Man superhero landing, and you land just on the other end of the spikes. And if you choose, you can use your bonus action to dash and then catch this baddie before he disappears down the stairs.
Yeah.
Which you do. Okay, you are now.
Yeah.
You have enough movement to get in front of him, or do you want to like?
Not tonight, huh?
Do you have an action left? Did you use your action? You used your action to jump. Oh, it's movement. It's movement.
I
Yeah,
guess
you're right.
not. That was my movement.
Okay.
I suppose. I guess that was my movement. So I guess my action is
You're gonna punch
again.
him?
I'm gonna Traven Brawler, punch him in the throat.
I mean, if it ain't broke, yeah. Use your make your attack roll.
It ain't broke. I'm just a bouncer, guys. I don't know what's going on. Oh, not great this time. So that's a 8 and 7 is
It's 15.
15.
15. Yeah. Now,
15.
fortunately, the Minotaur's AC is 14, so you're good. Yeah. So roll your damage, and then.
Oh right, yes. I forgot I actually did damage on this. Oh, good. That's 7 damage.
Are you doing a similar kind of like going for the chokehold?
Yeah, kind of. I was using momentum from my cool parkour shit. And I like just again kind of leap up. Kind of clothesline to the throat. Get the head down to my level, because again I'm not super tall, so I need to get I need to get him down.
Okay.
He
kind of looks like he's dazed a little bit as you like clock him in the head. Is the momentum of you pulling him down is what seems to do the damage, and you now have this Minotaur grappled.
He's on the Minifloor.
He's on the Minotaur. Yep. That's what's happening. So you have this you have this Minotaur grappled. He's like struggling, and he's got like this wide-eyed look in his eyes. He's not trying to. There's no words coming out of his mouth. He sounds like just kind of like an actual wild animal. Like he's sort of maybe in panic mode. But he's sort of scrambling to get down the stairs still, even though you're holding him in place. It's like
people being incoherent at me. Like people being incoherent at me. Again, bouncer at a bar. That does not strike me as odd yet. Nothing as of yet. Nothing odd.
This seems like the sort of behavior of someone you'd have to deal with when people get out of line. Like as in, like they're usually belligerent and not making a lot of sense anyway. So this is just another day for you.
Yeah. Like this guy, he went the wrong way while drunk, but I don't necessarily know that anything worse is going on yet.
Okay, then that is your turn. Bree, what are you doing in this situation? Yourself and Shank Nasty are on the other side of the spike pit.
Oh no. Bree's going to look down a little Shank Nasty, and can she see a space over at the other end beyond the hallway of death, where all these traps are? Like a nice little free little space away from harm, right beside Snaps and this Minotaur.
Yes, there is like sort of a maybe 2 or 3 feet of space at the other side before the door, and the space on the side of Bree and the Minotaur for you both to land there.
Great. And she's going to put her lute under her arm. She's going to pat little Shank Nasty on the head like a good little boy and cast Dimension Door over to that little spot.
Oh, nice. Yeah, there's a crackle of arcane energy as you and like in the same instant just appear beside you. Snaps, you don't. It's kind of strange. You were sort of expecting maybe screams of pain as these 2 amateur athletes can't quite make it across the spikes, or just general exertion, but there's just suddenly this kind of like air pressure change beside you, and a sort of mildly disheveled Aarakocra and Corgi Boy are now standing right beside you.
Wes, can I reach back through the portal just to grab my hat?
Absolutely.
That came off clearly in the... Okay,
Yeah.
great.
Of course.
Just go to look at the Minotaur and just go...
I fully forgot about the hat. I was like, you've had it sat there waiting for this.
I'm really sorry, but this is staff only. I'm afraid I'm going to have to ask you to go back upstairs to the patron area.
He sort of like slowly calms down, like looking around at the 3 of you. He's like, okay, I'll give you half of what he was gonna give me. How does that sound? 500 gold. 3 ways.
What?
That's like 1,000 gold each, right?
Oh, I don't know. I don't do math very well. Yeah.
Yeah, no, I didn't do math. I'm gay.
And I'm a dog, so what? Everything's times 7.
He takes out a yeah. He takes it.
That's a lot of
bag
gold.
and
That's
is
a
like,
lot of gold.
This is yours. This is yours.
Times 7?
If you
5 times
help
7?
me get down there. I'm not trying to break nothing. Or
Snaps just takes it. Snaps just takes it.
okay. So you're gonna help me now, right?
Takes it.
We're going to help you back upstairs to the patron floor. I'll give you a free sherry, and you can enjoy up there as long as you like. But you have to promise me that you don't go back down here, okay? Otherwise, we might have to bar you.
No.
That's what happens when I take you outside and I mount your head on a big bar.
He looks around the 3. He's like, "No, I gotta do it." And he's gonna try and break free of your grapple. Snaps. He is going to. Okay. Please tell me he's got a bonus to athletics. He doesn't. There's only a 14. I would have thought that'd be a much more impressive number.
Yeah, no. If I do an opposed strength check,
Yeah, okay.
I'm on a 21.
He looks like he's about to like break free and then just barely shifts, and you have a.
Buddy. No.
Oh.
Not tonight.
Okay.
Not tonight. In those shoes? In those shoes?
He looks at his feet and
you
there's
think?
like some pretty amateurish looking horseshoes, like as in he or cow shoes, but they're clearly homemade, like just like bent iron just nailed to his feet.
Like, if I had been on the door tonight, we wouldn't even be having this conversation.
Okay. Can you loosen your grip just a little bit?
Okay, that's also fair. You've been very persuasive. You want to know what that is? And
People don't say that about me very often.
do you know what that is?
And he points to the you can see now there are some small traces of the purple veins that you'd seen in the basement before. Not as much as there was in the beer storage, but it looks like it's sort of just traces of it on the walls on this side. There weren't on the previous side of the spike trap where you were, but on this side there are some of the purple veins on the walls.
You want to know if I know what that is? You want to know if I know what that is? You want to know if I know what that is? That's what I licked. That means now I see this door. I go.
Like a triton in a desert, something smelled fishy. Can I, while this is happening, cast Divine Sense to see if there's good and evil anywhere nearby? Specifically these purple veins. But
yes,
if...
absolutely.
Okay, nice. I've cast it. It just happens. It's not.
Oh, it just happens.
There's no
Okay,
roll. Yeah. Unless you want to force me to roll for something that just happens.
You can sense there's a big old cloud of evil around the Minotaur that Snaps is holding on to. There's like very much good around Bree, sort of a grey indifference around Snaps. It's hard to place. Sort of lovable anti-hero energy if you had to put a label on it.
And I do.
The
Chaotic control for the win.
the purple veins are like radiating evil, like pure evil.
I got a bad feeling about this. My wife's gonna kill me. I'm gonna be late to my son's baseball game. All right, let's close this case.
The middle of the night. What's your kid doing?
He's making it to the big leagues. You ever see Space Jam? MJ's playing in the middle of the night. He's got it in him. He's got the talent.
It wasn't nighttime. They were just in space.
Wait, Space Jam doesn't take place in space, right?
Whereas everything takes place in space.
Oh shit! Oh, you're right. Well, you've shifted my whole perspective of the universe. Thank you.
Oh, the dog detective didn't do that for you?
No. That was actually pretty grounded for me.
Well, listen here, kid. Snaps. The vein is evil. The Minotaur is evil.
Yeah, no. Cool.
There's a lot of... I detect a lot of evil. That's all I'm telling you.
Hey,
Yeah.
Bree? You can hear the dog
Of
too,
course.
right?
Why can you not hear the dog?
Oh, fuck. No, I can't. I just... No, that's good. That's a good
I mean, he talks. You should probably listen to him when he's talking. I mean, that's only polite.
Hey, what's your name? Bud.
Shanks Nasty.
Good.
Arcane
Okay, cool. Just
investigator.
wanted to clear that up real quick. Good. Glad we're all on the same page.
Okay. Speaking of same page, what is down there? What are you looking for? Why? What's with the money?
Me? Well, I got given a bit of coin, to go down there and just make sure that the whatever's going on down there was busted. That's all I know. I got told that, but I recognize that pink stuff. I've seen that before. It's no good. I didn't do it though. I didn't do the pink stuff. That was there before me.
Wes, can I have a beer called Lights Out.
Okay.
And I'd like to punch this perp. And
To knock him out.
yeah, just lights out, buddy. Still,
I mean, you can't.
He still does all we need to know.
That just means there's less chance of you missing because
Yeah.
Snaps is holding him very still for you.
That's what I'm saying.
I'm gonna
Yeah.
punch him with my...
It's very familiar with the concept of holding somebody's arms while somebody else punches them.
Okay. Shank Nasty, give me a straight strength check for that lights out beer just to see how long he stays out for. You do knock him out, but let's see how long he's knocked out for.
Strength or athletics?
I'm going to say strength on this one, unless you are.
Well, you son of a bitch.
Well, okay. If you can make an argument for
No. You said
Tell you what. Is Shank?
It's too late.
The reason
I've got an 18.
The reason I say it.
You shut your filthy mouth.
Because I want to know. The reason I push this is because I want to know something about Shank Nasty. Is he trained in martial arts, or did he learn to fight on the streets? Because if it's martial arts, I'll allow acrobatics. But I feel like he's a brawler from the streets who works with athletics.
Yeah, no, he is. It's not acrobatics I'm looking for. I'm looking for athletics.
Oh, sorry.
Acrobatics.
Oh, sorry. You were looking for athletics over strength. I apologize. Then absolutely, yes.
Got a hook just for this move, lights out.
I was braced for the athletics acrobatics argument, and I may have misheard you.
Specifically, when a perk tells you all the information the plot needs, you lights them out.
Yeah, sure. So you can use athletics. So what was it, 18 or was it more?
18, but I can.
It's nice flavor text you were writing on the fly there.
Yeah, nice. Total 16s on the dice, 18 both times.
Nice.
The reason I wanted athletics is because my peerless athlete, I get advantage.
Oh, nice. Okay. Yeah, you whap this fool on the noggin, and he
You got shanked, buddy.
snaps. You feel the Minotaur go completely limp in your grip.
Can I got pretty good. Can I just flip him
absolutely.
backwards into the traps?
But there's no roll for that. There's a sickening sort of a.
And it doesn't jam one of the
guillotine closest to you does
ones,
lodge itself into his hip and sort of lose all momentum. The other guillotine at the other end still swings, but basically
it's still going.
If you were to cross this place on the way back, you could cut about 10 feet of movement off this thing just by walking on his body. He hasn't gone through it. He's very much staying on top.
Hey, you ever play The Floor Is Made of Lava?
No, but we're not allowed to do violence. And we're definitely not supposed to kill people either. He's definitely dead.
No. He's got a special ability. He's gonna come back tomorrow.
It's still... We shouldn't really punch people. I didn't even think that was an option.
That's how you know it's okay, because if it wouldn't have happened.
That makes sense. So should we go back and tell Ken, or should we go and check out this weird purple thing? Maybe we should go and tell somebody.
I told Ken that there was a weird purple thing on the walls, and I told him to go check out a dude, and then he threw a lizard out a window. No, that happened in a different order.
Wes?
I mean, I'm all for licking
I
the
can
walls.
cast message, so I can tell. I pull out my walkie-talkie.
What does your walkie-talkie look like?
A single piece of wire. Copper wire. It's just, I pull it up like an antenna.
Right.
I hold it. Actually, just before I do that, I walk over to the Minotaur and I sort of just close his eyes and go, oh, never gets any easier.
I don't know, man. I feel that was pretty easy. I don't know what you're talking
and I
about.
put a little placard with the number 1 beside it, just in case the guys need to do some stuff later. Oh, the paperwork.
A cast chalk outline.
Yeah. And I go, hey, Chief, something's not going well down here with the diddly-do, the anti-violence. Some guy fell in some spikes. You might have the king of the realm on your ass. All I'm saying is we're getting results. Someone randomly, because I don't know where he is, has probably received that, because I just have to point where I think he is. Or towards a creature. I don't know where he is.
I think you have to point towards.
So you point your finger towards the creature.
Yeah, I don't know.
The
Yeah, I
message
think
works is you do still know who it is, though. It isn't just you don't just send a message to random people. You just have to know roughly.
Although I
it's
do
not
like
the
that.
direction they're in. Not
no,
you
we'll
don't
say
have to...
because you know the person that you're trying to send it to well. If we're a random person, maybe we'll revisit this later on. But yes, you are able to send the message to Sir Ken pretty handily, and you hear him responding. He responds internally, right? Because you said it out loud. He responds internally.
He can reply in a whisper that only I can hear. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, you hear a voice, Shank Nasty. It's like,
It's all under control up here. Listen, I need you to get down there and see what's going on, because that pink stuff's not normal, and I think something's going on. So I need you to get down there, and I trust you to sort it out.
Point back, listen, Chief, if anything happens, tell my wife I'm sorry.
I've never met your wife. What's her name?
What is her name? Well, I call her Cronus.
Now,
Wait.
I've got Phantom here. Because no, you want to stay from the dead wife trope.
I feel like I was gonna say
Cronin is
Cronin
much better.
either that or because she's extraordinary.
She is extraordinary.
What's today's wordle?
Cronus.
It's either that or she's crisply refreshing.
Oh, that's much better.
It's my drag name.
It's a great drag name.
Oh, that's so good.
You know my wife, Mrs. Nasty. The crispest, most refreshing Great Dame in town.
I hate that.
And my 8 kids.
Oh, I take back all my support.
If you could say to my 8 kids, then I'm sorry.
Shank, I kind of got a few things here
Individually.
I'm dealing with. I'll pass on the message, but listen, you're not dying, so you'll be fine. Just go figure out the problem and get back to me, alright?
Never gets any easier. Alright, let's go.
Yeah, I mean, Snaps is gonna nod at that, whatever that was, and scoot in front, and I'm gonna head towards the. Is it more stairs
More
going
stairs
down,
going
or is it a
next
corridor?
floor.
Wes, tell me how deep
so I'm gonna-
conspiracy goes.
Check for
Tell me how
trap.
deep the conspiracy goes, Wes. How deep does this go?
It goes all the way to the bottom, Ben.
Jesus Christ.
Yep, okay.
I'm gonna check for traps, which I'm not actually good at.
An investigation or a
Have to
perception
point
check?
out,
I'll let you
but-
decide. Whichever. I will say perception is definitely watching.
Oh, I rolled a 19 though, so it doesn't matter.
You
that
don't
I'm
know
not
what
great at
traps
this,
I
so
have in
that's a
store. No,
20.
you're right. You're fine. You don't detect any traps, no pressure plates, no tripwires, nothing like that. It seems like almost like that room of spikes seemed sort of like out of place. Like it seemed like someone just plonked like a tile from a dungeon into a regular building. Like the stairs are now wooden and normal looking. Just sort of strange.
Normal
Like it genuinely seems odd that room was there, almost like it was pulled in from somewhere else. And the next floor you land on is this open sort of stone atrium. It's about 30 by 30 feet, and it's barren. Like it's rock. Stone walls and ceilings and floors. There is a door on the far side that is like, the only reason you can tell it's a door is because it's almost like an outline in the wall, and there are 6 torches above it that are unlit. And in the center of the room is a pedestal, like a wooden, like a podium sort of thing that one might make for a speech, and a large sheet, like huge, like A1. One is bigger, right?
8-0 is the biggest.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so it's like an
What is the
A1
biggest?
sized sheet of parchment, with a load of text scrawled across it.
All right, so the first thing is, as
Yes.
soon as I see this, taking out a couple of my ball bearings, and I'm just fucking them across the
Okay.
room.
They clack around unceremoniously. Don't seem to trip any traps. Doesn't seem to be anything shifty in this room.
We're good.
Yeah, it seems all clear.
Bree's
Okay.
gonna check out this podium.
Bree, as you approach the
Like a
podium, I am now
stage.
posting something into the Skype trap Skype trap. Excuse me.
It's a trap!
The Skype. All I have traps in my brain into the Skype chat. And this is the piece of parchment you see. Now you should be able to access this without logging in, but please tell me if you're having any trouble.
Oh.
And this is the sheet that you see, and chat should also be able to see it now. So each sentence almost seems like it's like not attached to the page, like it floats around a little bit. And as you guys can actually now click and move these sentences around, and seemingly you're going to have to arrange the sentences in the correct order. And you notice that there are 12 sentences, and there are 6 sconces on the wall above the door. So presumably 6 of these do not belong, and you still have to organize the true 6 in the correct order. And
Wes, we've been drinking
Oh my God.
heavily.
you've been drinking
Son of a
heavily.
bitch.
Fun.
So I'm gonna go with himbo privilege here. That my character is too dumb to figure this out, and my player is too blind to read the
Okay,
screen
that's
with
fair,
sunglasses
that's fair.
on at night. So I might not be a lot of help.
You can oversee.
I can see like
as
every
As we
third
move,
word.
does it move for chat?
Yeah. This is coming in live on the chat.
Okay.
I
Let me
can see
put
better
this
if I do this.
Yeah.
Oh
This
my
took me
God, I
like
can
20
read
minutes to figure out
them.
how to work it.
Are fun.
I was just about to give you shit for your bad description of a room, like you normally do to me, but this is incredible.
A powerful wizard began harvesting corpses.
For podcast listeners, we're going to cut this part out because I'm going to actually read off all the lines so you actually have this. Because,
Can you do that for us, just so we hear them? Because I'm fuck reading, right?
I didn't want to bore you guys. Okay, so
No, it's not boring. It's very exciting.
the lines. This is obviously in the wrong
This
order,
is
and there are
fun.
extra lines. So the title says, "All good legends remember the truth." That's just the title. With great mace in hand, Heineken slew his foe. Once upon a time, in the sleepy village of Beerkeg, a young bartender, Heineken Lastname, took up arms when no one else would. The guards ran in terror, unprepared for such a foe. Once upon a time, in the sprawling city of Driecht, a powerful wizard began harvesting corpses from graves and attacked. Having never known conflict, there was no defensive force to repel them. But the wizard's arcane tricks and silver tongue corrupted our hero. From that day forth, he set off to become a legendary hero. As the dust settled, he disappeared, never to be seen again. One of the town guards remained to protect the townsfolk, Heineken Lastname. A mighty dragon attacked in search of treasure and riches. So 6 of those are true and in the wrong order.
Okay. So, once upon a time, the sleepy village of Beerkeg, a mighty dragon attacked in search of treasures and riches was maybe the second one?
Oh, I have something to say, but my character's
I'm thinking
too
we
dumb.
rhyme Heineken slew his foe with unprepared for such a foe. I think foe rhymes with foe.
All I'm saying, if anyone was gonna think about a conversation we had earlier in this game,
I'm putting a powerful wizard somewhere on the side because I think.
no, you dumb shit, you invented the lore of this world.
Yeah, but Wes didn't know. This is the bit where it gets meta. Wes did not know, unless he did know.
I can confirm I didn't know
I think
that.
this is the third one.
No, hang on.
Yeah,
'Cause
yeah.
yeah.
I
No,
think this is
fuck!
the third one. I think it's once upon a time in a sleepy village of Beerkeg, a mighty dragon attacked in search of treasures and riches. A young bartender, Heineken last name, took up arms where no one
Now,
else would.
Wes, I don't know a Heineken
Maybe?
That's
last
thematically
name. I know
appropriate.
Chief.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know Chief's real name. I think it's Sir Ken something or other.
Sir Ken the Tender.
But I'll. Yeah. So it couldn't possibly be short for Ken. Couldn't be possibly short for Heineken. I'm not seeing any good times here.
I don't follow the good times bit.
The treasured memories Warhammer that's hanging above the bar.
Right.
So it's not Great Mace because he knows he has a Warhammer.
Maybe.
Except
Maybe it's
that
this. Maybe this is the third one. Maybe it's actually this one here.
So. Yes, yeah.
Right.
Once upon a time in
Hang
the
on.
sleeping village of Beerkeg,
That time.
the guards might attacked in search of treasure
Oh,
and
no, no,
riches.
no,
The
no.
guards ran in terror, unprepared for such a foe. A young bartender, Heineken Garfins,
And then-
took up arms when no one else would.
Get you away.
With, I mean, maybe foe does rhyme with that, but it's not.
Oh yeah. That
I will
one
give you
there
this. It
must be
doesn't
next.
rhyme. Just in case you end up focusing on that too
I'm
much.
not with that.
I mean, it can
Oh.
rhyme.
Get away.
I was just gonna say that. I specifically said all I'm gonna say is one. It's important to point out that in terms of tropes, Disappeared to never be seen again. Seems irrelevant to our mysterious unknown bartender.
I think
Perhaps. Who specifically told that he was familiar
Is
with
Snaps
the
just
necromancer upstairs?
like tightly lipped?
Look, this is
Well,
all
I mean, is Snaps
doesn't know
like
shit.
inadvertently like
I'm a
like
guest.
clenching out these answers with pure strength? No, I mean, like, this is a pretty, like, it's a puzzle. I'm not too worried about metagaming if, like, you, the 3 players, want to solve this. I'm not going to be like,
Okay.
you don't know that. Because, I mean, this is a one-shot.
I have no context.
go wizard, not dragon. Stick with beer keg. It is Heineken, and he was never seen again.
Okay, let's see. So what do you think the second one is?
A
A powerful
powerful wizard began harvesting corpses.
and attacked.
Yeah, and then I'll say that one of so that one goes up. That one I think is right. The one you were just moving.
Which one?
Both the powerful wizard and the one of the town guards. I think both of those are ones we're gone.
So this one here.
Yeah, the 2 on the bottom.
Wes.
Okay, he's got a call out. I've no idea about the score.
Wes, while smarter people than me are solving your puzzle, could I solve it with a puzzle of my own?
Yes.
There once was a town called Beer Keg.
You are fucking ridiculous. Go on.
A hero the townsfolk did beg. He slew the dragon, and we all drink flagons. Riddles we do solve on the reg.
That's very good.
Yay!
Okay, actually,
And
I've
the
changed my
doors
mind.
I am
open.
confused as to
I've
why
changed
you
my mind.
changed
Sconces
the pronunciation
burst.
of both dragon and flagon when they already rhyme.
And flagon.
But they both already
Yeah.
rhyme.
Yeah, no. So I'm gonna be mad about that later, but first I'm gonna do this. So okay, Sleepy Village of Beer Keg, powerful wizard, black, good. I would say it's only 6, so ditch the guards ran in terror. Just fuck that because we don't have enough space. So get rid of that and go straight to a young bartender took up arms when no one else would. That's number 3. Just ditch the guards ran in terror.
What about something about the no defense, never known conflict? Because like the town is never known conflict, right?
Yes, I do think that should go up actually in front of young bartender. Having never known conflict should go after attack and
Yes,
before young
yeah.
bartender. I don't know how to move it
I
in
can do
chat.
this,
That's
I
why
can
I'm
do
just
this.
describing it.
You
Though.
should be able-
I mean, never known
You
conflict.
should be able to
there's
just
no
click and
defense.
drag stuff around.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can barely
Okay,
see
right.
as it is.
Oh, if it's at the expense of taking off the sunglasses, you're absolutely right.
Yeah, no, for sure. So I have my secretary Ben here.
Secretary Ben. I like that.
So having never known conflict should be the 3rd one, and then a young bartender should be under having never known conflict.
We're assuming there is a resolution to this riddle. However, what if the wizard corrupts our hero, and the actual resolution is the resolution we're about to go into as the 3 of us, Los Diablos del Paddy's Day Special, and bartender takes up arms, wizards, arcane tricks corrupt our hero, who's currently upstairs being corrupted, and as the dust settles or like something there,
I definitely think as the dust settled, he was never to be seen again is the last one.
yeah.
I do think that's the correct last one. The 5th line is where I'm not certain.
Either great mace in hand, Heineken slew his foe, which does not track with no violence in this town.
Yeah. But there is a big fucking great axe thing on the wall upstairs. So there is that.
The mace is not okay. It's not okay, Wes. It's not okay to give us a riddle on the Paddy's Day special. However, I do have some like I built my character to be a detective.
I was promised to be allowed to be a himbo in this, is all I'm saying.
Mm-hmm.
You haven't even tried punching the parchment.
I am a gifted scribe.
I
When I make an
threw ball
intelligence
bearings
check-
at
Oh yeah,
it.
yeah. If you want to make it, tell you what. If you want to make any like brain-based checks, I will give you hints or
Yes.
history about the world or something that you can justify your character would know.
This is from the module and expansion on Dungeons and Dragons called Erftulula. ERFTLW.
I'm so, I'm so sorry.
Is that the Missy Elliott module?
Yeah, Erftulula. ERFTLW. Whatever. I can't remember which one that's.
It's the one where they
acronymed
put your
for.
thing down, flip it, and reverse it, right?
Can you
That
can
is
you
it.
say it slower?
ERFTLW. So like, there's a module in D&D, like a book. ERFTLW. It has to be something, right?
I don't know if
I
is this a gag or are you actually
What was
saying
that?
something?
are you doing?
No,
a
it's on my
bit?
character sheet. ERFTLW D&D module. What is it short for? Erebon, rising from the last war.
War.
yeah.
Eberron rising from the last war. I was never gonna get that.
Yes,
I'm so
Eberron.
bad. Yeah,
That's
mine's in double.
yeah.
There it
For the
is.
podcast listeners, Wes is holding up the book that this comes from.
It's the D&D
It's
book
great.
what has robots
Eberron's
in
one
it.
of the
That's the book.
It's one of the best source books in terms of settings.
Yeah, it's very
And I say
exactly.
this
Yeah.
is,
It's
and I say this is a massive slut.
got like
for
magic powered
Forbidden
trains and
Realms.
dinosaurs. It's good shit.
Yeah, no, it's good shit.
Is that what your man was? The dinosaur man, feathers and scales?
Yes.
no, just a regular
no, he wasn't.
dinosaur.
I would have just said dinosaur then. In fairness, I'm not that obtuse.
From that source, I have a skill called Gifted Scribe. When I make an intelligence history check or an ability check using calligrapher's supplies, this is written,
Right? Yeah.
the written word, you can roll a d4 and add the number rolled to the ability check. So I think I'm going to try and make a history check and add a d4 to it.
Okay, sounds good.
And to be fair, because this is a riddle that needs to be solved by players, not characters, I just want to know, in a daily Wordle style, if something's in the wrong place.
I'm happy with this being a mix of players and characters, to be honest.
Nice! 19 on the dice plus my history, which is 0. Because I'm a dog and I have... It could have been years, it could have been minutes. What do I know?
Yeah.
Plus my 4. Got 4.
So what are you
23.
what are you trying to discern with your history check?
The story of the town of Beerkeg.
Okay. Beerkeg is a nothing town. You've never really heard much about it before. You know it still exists. You know it's not here. So the boozy bucket is kind of in the wilderness just outside a larger city. Whatever Hibernia's allegory for Waterdeep is. But it's not Beerkeg. Beerkeg is maybe a couple of days by wagon or however you want to travel. But it's a backwater burg. There's no crime there really particularly, which is why you've never really bothered going there. But it definitely exists. It's just never done anything of note.
Nice. Okay. That did not help as much as I thought it would with this riddle.
Does Bree is a bard who would have told stories and songs like this. Does she have any recollection about this story?
I would say that Bree is pretty confident that Heineken Lasname is Sir Ken. And that in your experience, Bree, heroes rarely shirk off their legends. So the fact that Sir Ken has just kind of like set up a tavern and isn't like, you know, not everyone that goes to the tavern knows the tales of Sir Ken and all this kind of stuff. That maybe he's not especially proud of his legend.
Okay.
That does seem like a vote in favor of corrupted by his wiles as opposed to slow with a great mace.
And yet, why is the wizard here?
I feel like we don't know for sure it's the same wizard. Let's not get too deep into the brain spiral here.
Who's the wizard? Do we know the wizard?
Nick
There's a lot of a
Lachey
sherry.
or Nicolas Cage?
Oh.
Those are two
Oh,
wildly
I
different
see.
films of this, by the way. Like, such different versions of this with Nick Lachey and Nicolas Cage. I'd watch both.
Mr.
happily.
Cage could play both
Ooh,
roles.
not interchangeable at all.
Okay, interesting.
I don't remember any of this. Oh, I'm so dumb in real
Once
life.
upon a time, in the sleepy village of Beerkeg, a powerful wizard began harvesting corpses from graves and attacked. Having never known conflict, there was no defense force to repel them. A young bartender, Heineken last name, he mightn't have always been a bartender, so maybe it's a guard, took up arms when no one else would. But the wizard's arcane tricks and silver tongue corrupted our hero, and as the dust settles, he disappears, never to be seen again. That seems like a good story.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm there because I think it makes more sense than him being a guard because either there was no defense force
Like,
or there was
guard.
or there was
Are any of the
established guard service. You can't really have both. It's contradictory.
Have any of our sconces, have they gone yellow or
Okay,
green
so
or
you
are they
officially,
grey?
like moving these things around in character.
Yes.
So let me just double check.
Yeah,
what you guys
yeah,
have.
to
Once upon a time,
this
okay,
order.
so far your story is: once upon a time in the sleepy village of Beerkeg, a powerful wizard began harvesting corpses from graves and attacked. Having never known conflict, there was no defensive force to repel them. A young bartender, Heineken last name, took up arms when no one else would. But the wizard's arcane tricks and silver tongue corrupted our hero. As the dust settled, he disappeared, never to be seen again. As you organize these pieces of text, the excess sentences evaporate off the page, and you see 5 of the 6 sconces light up, and the door crumbles into dust, and your passage is open.
Hey.
So
So it seems that you
I
got.
never leave a case unsolved. 5 of the 6. What was the fucking 6? That's gonna keep me up at night.
So it seems like you got 5 of the 6 story points correct, and that was enough to open the door, but not the full story.
Snaps doesn't even know what just happened, so just grabs another handful of ball bearings and throws them through the open doorway.
You throw the ball bearings through the door, through the cavern, I guess, and you hear a clink from one of them. And it sounds like to your ear. I mean, you know your way around a ball bearing. One of them sounds like it hit a glass.
Mm-hmm. All right, I'm gonna sneak through. Snaps is gonna do the whole like
Yeah, SEAL Team 6
like
shit.
sneak
Right, yeah,
forward. Yeah, and I'm gonna stealth through
Okay.
the door, and then I'm gonna
Make
check the
a
trap.
stealth check initially.
Okay, that's yeah. Sorry, my character sheet is very small. That's 13 and 8 is
Okay.
21 for stealth.
As you creep towards the room, you see a humanoid figure collapse on the ground with a jar beside it, and you can see that's what your ball bearing clacked against. As you get closer, you can see that the humanoid figure is a dragonborn with a tail, and they have a large dagger sticking out of their chest. You know your way around violence snaps. I nearly called you schnapps. You know that it's not what one would consider a killing stab. It's not in a position that would murder someone. It's actually like it's stabbed into sort of the solar plexus, like as in it should have been stopped by bone. It doesn't really make sense. Yeah, it doesn't look
By
like
bone.
a regular stab wound. It's almost
Weird.
like
I've stabbed a
it's
lot
not
of
even
guys
in
that
that
doesn't look
deep.
right.
It's maybe an inch thick, like not even that much to really mess up an internal organ. It's almost like this is it's you know in like Marvel movies when someone puts Thor's hammer on someone, it's not crushing them but it's holding them in place. It's that kind of vibe.
Right.
And you can see this swirling blue dust in the jar beside it. Yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna take another handful of ball bearings. I'm gonna throw the ball bearings to
They
the ground.
skitter around out. Don't set off any traps. The room itself is like maybe 20 by 20 in sort of a circular room. They don't hit any.
Oh, I just want to know: does he flinch?
He does not flinch. He doesn't move at all. Doesn't
He's
seem
not
to be.
faking.
I am flinching because it's taken all my effort not to chase every single ball bearing that has been thrown this
Yeah.
entire
Yeah, you've got like
adventure.
Shank Nasty's mouth is opening and closing a little bit, and he kind of like looks sort of stressed out. Like,
Can Brie look at the sconces? Is there maybe a way to determine what line was incorrect so she can kind of like suss out the story?
yes, okay, that's fair. You can see that it is the first 4 sconces and the last one. So the fifth one. Sorry, excuse me. Sorry, I misspoke there. The first 5 are lit. The sixth one is not lit.
Oh, she's gonna look back down at the paper and trying to like.
Your train of thought is correct, then it means that you suggested as the dust settled, he disappeared, never to be seen again. Whereas potentially the correct line was from that day forth, he set off to become a legendary hero.
Now, are you sure that the last line isn't "Once upon a time" in the sprawling city of Drift?
That is the first. That is the first line of the next piece of parchment. It is a series of 6. That's the plan, anyway. But we'll see. We'll see who's in chat.
Maybe it's this one. Maybe it's this one. Maybe he goes like, well, bad. The guards ran in terror, unprepared for such a foe.
Snaps whistles again. More confidently this time, now that he knows that Shanks is real.
Shank, you hear a strangely satisfying whistle.
Oh, yeah.
And I wait for the others to catch up with me. But as soon as I hear them like behind me, I'm gonna start creeping towards the jar of speckly dirt.
Bree's gonna roll up the parchment and put it in her put it in her pocket.
Parchment of legend to your inventory.
I'm gonna go over to the guy, put my hands over his eyes, and go. It never gets any easier.
His eyelids are already closed.
Up they go. Down they go.
Just stroking his eyelids. Also, I have a question. Is a dragonborn? It doesn't have eyelids.
They don't have eyelids?
Are they these right?
Yeah, sideways.
They can have peels, they can have eyelids.
No, they have membranes.
Okay, you close the dragonborn's membranes.
Admittedly, this has been easier. So when I said it never gets, this is quite hard to close. At the there's nothing.
It doesn't. It's like it's transparent. It's just a goo. You're just rubbing goo on.
I just put your coins.
Brilliant.
Coins
Stop touching a
over his
lizard's eyes.
Hopefully he's feeling better.
This is what happens when you bring like anyone with a history in ecology or biology into your game. They correct the things you just don't expect to be corrected on, and I'm happy for it. But just this was, of all the things I stressed out about over this game, it was not. Oh god, I hope no one calls me out on the eyelids thing. That was so far down the list. We got through the puzzle with no problems, but the eyelids thing was what screwed me.
I'm just here to cause problems.
It's a bad boy.
Before we touch anything, is there any chance that this guy, through his death, is keeping the rest of the place safe? Knife and chest, jar.
I mean,
doing jar stuff.
I will say, actually,
I don't want to pull the knife.
Shank Nasty, as a detective, you're pretty confident this guy ain't dead.
Right, so I gotta leave the room, and then just before I exit, I go turn around and go, one more thing.
Yeah.
I turn back to the guy. When did you die?
Are you expecting him to answer?
Yeah, I'm expecting this is where I crack the case.
He does not answer.
Ooh, they normally trip up at that point. They normally just give away what's where.
Snaps takes the jar. What's the jar?
The jar has
like?
just this sort of swirling blue cloud in it almost. It's moving sporadically. It's not just like a gentle swirl. It's kind of like it'll move to the left and then it'll dart to the right.
Is it a seal?
It's got a big old cork in it.
And does it? Here's the really important question. Does the jar and its cork look like it's been like that for a really long time, or does it look like someone just corked this jar today?
There is no dust on this jar, and the only scuff on it is from the ball bearing that clacked against it. Otherwise, it looks like a new jar.
Okay, cool. Shanks. Fetch! And I throw the jar.
Okay, Shank Nasty, what do you do?
Rain poured down on the city that night. And that jar flew through the air. I knew there was only one thing I could do. Now this city would chew you up.
Smash.
Not poops.
Now, are you running after this thing?
No, I love that. That's much better.
It like interrupts you with a smash.
That was kind of what I was hoping would happen.
The blue cloud actually comes rushing back into the room and pours into the Dragonborn's mouth, and the dagger shoots out of his chest towards the door you came through, and you hear this ragged gasp of oh. You sit on his chest. Okay,
let's give him an American
So he
scream.
goes, oh. Immediately the air that he's just filled his lungs with is shot back
Who
out.
the fuck are you?
Who the fuck are you?
Oh, Ken sent me. I work for Ken.
Sounded like he worked for Ken.
Oh, who are you?
We're staff members, and I'm afraid that no one is really supposed to be down here.
Excuse me. I'm a staff member too. I work in the.
Brilliant. We're really short-staffed tonight. That's really, really good.
Oh
Actually.
no! I'm sort of the security service.
No, it's ridiculous. I'm definitely security tonight.
That's where I recognize you from.
Wait, hold on. Were you meant to be on the roster? Because I got called in last minute. I wasn't even supposed to be on the door tonight. Were you supposed to be on the fucking door? Because it was my night
you
off.
misunderstand.
Alright?
I'm not security staff per se. I'm the security. I'm the security network.
Security.
I'm on staff as the security network.
What does that mean?
You're not going to start stabbing me if I cast a quick spell to prove that I work here, right? You all seem quite stabby.
I don't think that we've
Well, no,
stabbed.
you,
We haven't stabbed
you-
anybody
the
so
delightful
far.
bird lady doesn't seem quite stabby at all. But you sat on my chest and you're smoking, and that's all sorts of red flags for me.
Shank by name, not by nature,
I
buddy.
mean, I don't know. I've had a lot of people sit on me that didn't stab me unless I really wanted it. So I don't know what you're talking about.
Bree's gonna hop around and look for the little knife that
you
went
pick it up.
skittering.
There's a hum of magical energy off it as you pick it up, but you need to spend like maybe 20 minutes examining it to figure out, because I hate this hour business. Who has that much time to figure out specifically what it can do? But it is definitely a magical dagger of some sort.
She's gonna give it to him. I think it
no,
dropped
that's not
this.
mine. You
Okay,
yes,
I'll hang on.
you can keep that.
Lost
That's
and found.
your reward for saving my life.
Oh,
I
oh,
well,
cool.
okay. Here, I can see how this might be a little bit confusing. Mine. Actually, does anyone have a beard and name this character?
Yeah, how about charge? It's just it's loads of A's in the middle of the word charge.
Okay, charge with 3 A's. Good.
Charge.
Tender.
Otherwise,
Oh wait,
Oh,
hold on.
hold
Wait,
on.
Kat, what was your dragon
Yes.
drink again?
I just call him Soup.
soup
I
is
do
a
like
common
soup.
name.
Soup's a cute name.
Yeah.
The soup
That's
dragon
what I
for the
figured that was for.
Dragon.
But like,
But it is too late for me to
Yeah,
retroact
what's up?
but like, from the
which I figure is actually probably very bad radio. I shouldn't do that into the mic.
Oh,
no, it was great. This actually came out quite well on mic. It
Um,
didn't blow the gain at all.
Okay. I feel like I accidentally described this person as male, by the way. They are a female dragonborn called Soup.
Mm-hmm. Common name.
Yeah.
My name is Soup. I'm a
Soup the
very
dragon.
powerful sorcerer, which I realize with a name like Soup might be a little bit undermined.
Now you're kind of par for the course here. We got a soup, we got a snaps, we got a shag.
Yes.
But there's our
Soup
exchange of
gets
names.
started
So
bad.
we're all good pally friends now. Anyway,
Insight check.
I was hoping you would say
out
it.
loud.
yeah,
I was
okay,
really hoping.
make an insight check.
Natural 20.
Nice. That count as damage to the DM. Like
You
does
have a
Wes
quad-
have to
I will say,
have it
yeah,
in
I haven't
his
had to really
drink?
drink much. I will drink the rest of this. Also, I did make a point of pointing it out after the break. I'm drinking from the glass that Ben got me, which has my character name on it.
Oh, that is so cute.
Yeah. It's very nice. He gave it to me at Comic-Con.
I don't have anything like that. Mine is one of my granny's cups.
I have thought about it, that every character, every guest, everyone who's come on, just to make them a little homebrew tumbler. And if I ever get like a windfall of cash, I will. And it'll be coming your way.
Oh, so cute.
If the show ever
Oh,
becomes
Limerick
wildly
and a
profitable.
cup.
Yeah, we don't make money on this show,
Yeah.
but occasionally I like spending money on friends. As much as I like making content with friends, and we put it out into the world. So, respect.
Sorry, so
And that goes for everyone out there. That's not everyone. Like, everyone who's been on the
everyone's
show.
up for grabs with it. Yeah.
That goes for everyone.
Oh my
Everyone,
God.
everyone's
Ben,
our,
if
everyone's
I
our
get a
friend.
mug, I will draw Shank Nasty for you.
Ooh.
Ooh,
Nice.
I
tempting
do want to see
offer.
Shag Nasty art. Okay, so you got a critical on your. Excuse me. Ooh, it's been a while since I've downed and then had to have a mic in my face. You got a
Welcome
critical insight check on Soup, the Dragonborn. Soup seems genuinely appreciative. There's an earnestness in her eyes. She's looking you all in the eye, which, in your experience of detectivery, perps don't look you in the eye when they got something to hide. Soup is looking you all in the eye, seems quite earnest, but there's a shiftiness to her as well. Kind of like she's being forthcoming. She hasn't lied so far, but maybe they're afraid of you finding something out. So you've had experience with people like this where you're in the interrogation room or in the tavern or in your bedroom practicing by yourself, where it's sort of like,
That was a different guy. He was through this clear kind of surface. It looked like me, but I'm almost certain a different dog.
that's exactly what I was envisioning. I'm glad you picked up on that. But yeah, it's sort of like you get a lot of people like this who are innocent in what you're questioning them about, but are afraid you'll figure out what they're guilty of in a different way.
They all have a story, Wes. That's
all got a
what
story.
I'm dropping it. Yeah, they all have a story.
That works.
Listen, Dollface, what are you not telling us?
I don't. Well, it's not much. What are you not? Listen, okay. So I know. Myself and Sir Ken go way back. Okay, so we used to adventure together. You all seem like adventuring types. One who might raid a tomb or adventure. I've done that with Sir Ken. I feel like you guys might not be on the same level as the main man, if you get what I mean. He sort of rolls with a.
No, he's upstairs.
Different
We're in the
levels.
basement. Totally different. That's ridiculous.
Yeah.
We've done two
I haven't
different
been
flights of stairs to
outside
get
for
here.
3 months.
Free this bird. I'm glad that Shank Nasty has this thing where it's just like, this kid needs to get out of this town. Find the big town. You got it. You got what they call the X Factor, Bree. You need to get out of here.
That does actually. It explains
she's a real
so
home
much
bird.
about Brie on a character level. Like, so far, it's like her job is her life because she has nothing else. That's brilliant.
She loves a good task.
She does. A good task. Yeah, I like that.
Oh, God.
By God, if I'm not signing 2 plane tickets with Bree on them, telling them, you gotta get out of here, kid.
She has
You
so
don't look
much
back.
potential.
I used to. Well, okay, so I've sort of. Time is a bit odd for me down here. I've been here. So you've been here for quite a while. I've been here for. 10 years at least, I'd say, is the longest I've...
1 and a bit years. 1 and a third years.
Right, yes, of course, because you're...
Are you in the
Yes,
basement the whole
but
time?
I've been happy here. It's not a... It's a consensual sort of thing. I'm into it. As I said, Sir Ken and I travelled a little bit, adventured together. Eventually, he had to put me down. My interests were sort of... Oh, I'm sorry, that might be sensitive to you as a half-borg. I'm so sorry.
Why?
It's just the terminology. I could have phrased it more sensitively.
No.
No, they go too far.
You gotta spell it. You
go
gotta
to
spell it.
Terribly sorry. My mistake. Never mind. Carry on. Ignore what I said. Anyway.
It was impossible to ignore what she said.
Don't when he looks off to the distance, don't respond. He doesn't.
Does anyone else think when dogs look off to the distance that they're secretly detectives?
I
'Cause
will
that's-
Having like
absolutely
an inner
now.
monologue.
Yeah, right?
No, my dog is having an inner monologue, but it's entirely
Bork, bork,
untied.
bork.
Actually, I've seen
Or-
photos
or-
of your dog. Your dog absolutely has, like, self-contained anxiety attacks.
Yeah. No,
You're such a good
he's a good boy, but
we adventured together for a while. My interests were more selfish than his own. I didn't want to die, ever, really, at any cost. And Sir Ken has always sort of seen the middle ground. He knows there's no black and white between good and evil, but he knew I had to be stopped. So I've we came to a compromise. I started containing my soul in a phylactery. I am a lich. It's not a big deal, not freaky. But I stopped harvesting souls in exchange for him not killing me. That was the whole deal. And we found a middle ground, because that's what your boy Sir Ken is all about.
At this point, right? Snaps. I want to know what happened. Snaps has been in her presence for a while now. Snaps only really has one type of thought. Is she drunk? Is Snoop drunk? Because I mean,
Finn?
No. I mean, okay, so Snaps has been standing in her presence, just violent thoughts permanently the whole time.
Is she becoming
So I'm just saying,
intoxicated?
has this had an effect on her? He's now looking at her, thinking just violent thoughts, just like staring her down this whole time that she's talking. Oh no, that's not going to go well, but okay. Ooh. Yeah, I mean, I don't know that he would know to look for this, but it's more like, no, it's an 8.
Orla, I'm happy to Dan have this to give you a reroll if you want. We weaponized it the last time.
No, I can do my own. Hold on. Yay!
Weaponized drinking.
Oh, that was worse.
Offer still stands.
That was worse.
Yeah.
I mean, I have a +0 to insight. It's not going to get.
And I'm a detective.
What's my insight?
No, I have a +3. I'm okay.
An 8.
Oh, hold on, Wes. I think you're muted.
Yes, I think they're muted. According to chat,
muted.
yeah.
I'm gonna run to the bathroom while you figure this out.
I'm gonna, one second.
Quick little chat. We're gonna take a quick little bio break because it's getting as we figure out, because Wes has been dropping some lore, and aside from Shank Nasty's internal monologue, you probably haven't been getting that lore, and I failed you as a detective.
I should be coming through now. That's interesting. So whenever the subscribe animation comes up, I disappear. Oh, we'll deal with a dog in the meantime. Look how squishy.
Oh my god, precious baby. Oh, they're beautiful, Orla. Oh.
Adorable.
This is Finn. He's the mascot.
Oh my god, best puppy. Oh, they're so good. How old are they?
Oh boy. He's gonna be 5 in June.
Hey, buddy. Oh my god, what a polite boy.
Very timid.
He's very good. He likes to get a cuddle.
I love it.
How old is Finn?
Oh. Oh, he's
Maybe 5.
tired. Oh, I love dogs so much. My puppy Cleo, she's just the fattest dog ever. I love her so much.
See, Finn thinks that he should be a lapdog.
Yeah.
Oh,
He
yeah.
doesn't know that he's the sheepdog.
You sniff that mic, buddy. You earned it.
You
I'm actually going
earned
to grab a
it.
fresh beer while Ben's gone. I'll be back in 2 seconds.
Go for it,
1 second.
puppy. Word. Look at that good puppy. Yay! I love them so much. Grab God, my phone's about to die. That's not good. There we go. Oh.
Has Wes also run to the bathroom?
No.
He has.
All right. Let's
Sniff it,
kill
Mike.
this dragonborn.
Sniff it, sniff it.
Finn is such an adorable dog.
Oh.
See, this is if you're podcast listeners, you're not getting this. You're not getting.
Yeah, this is the problem. If you're listening to the podcast right now, you're not appreciating Finn because he's a quiet boy, so he's not making any
What a
sounds
good
right
boy,
now.
though. What a good, precious baby angel.
This is great. We need to have like a dog or a cat on staff at all times, so that if anyone needs to, like, for bio breaks, it's like, just look at this adorable animal.
Oh, bye, Finn. Thank you, buddy.
Good buddy, good boy.
What a good boy.
That's the finest detective I've ever seen.
I'm gonna let him back out of my room. I'll be right back.
Bye, buddy.
Trying to think. Okay, that'll give me some time to figure how. What are they?
Is Wes still muted? Did we figure that out?
Yeah. So it was, for some reason, the scene that has the subscribe button doesn't have my audio. I'm not entirely sure why.
Probably to stop you harking on about subscribing to this show, which you should do, and like, and also,
let me
and
just
hit the
double
bell.
check now, because I have a fear. Aha.
Did you figure it out?
Something did not copy across correctly. Haha.
My ear's too big.
Boop. Now we should be good. Yeah. Now you can see a subscribe button and hear my voice, like you were meant to.
Yay!
Anyway.
Wes, I've lost track of a visual representation of this room. So there's us.
You are in a like 20 foot circular room that has the soup, the dragonborn lich in it. You've just come from a 30 by 30 foot room that had the pedestal in it that was all stone, and then the floor above you was with the traps. So it just got like progressively smaller as you went along, tapered in. So there's really not much in this room. It's just literally like a stone. If soup didn't seem so content, you might swear it was a prison, but it seems sort of like amicable and self-inflicted ish. So snaps. As you kind of size up soup, she doesn't seem to be getting like bigger and stronger or anything, but they are like, it's kind of like someone has just come in from a run where they're like wrecked, and then they're steadily sort of catching their breath. They're still clearly tired, but they're like, yeah, no, I can talk more now. No, it's all right. That kind of like they're starting to recover a little bit. You like, it's less your understanding of social cues and more your understanding of like, yeah, and it's more just how much you work out that makes you understand this, not your being around people. Yeah, so it seems to be.
Yeah. No, I don't know.
It wouldn't be unreasonable to think that your violent thoughts are helping the recovery, but it could also be just that they've caught their breath from being stabbed.
Right.
Where were we in the description? Oh yeah. Yeah. So my deal with Sir Ken was that I stop taking souls, and I come work for him, and then I stay in the basement, and then I will never die because he will have a clientele that always thinks violent things. And then through the power that I have, I can sort of stop violence from happening. It's a pretty. I'm pretty impressive.
Snaps goes to punch Shax.
Okay.
Oh.
As you go to punch him, like, you don't even like get to clench your fist. You get the sweet satisfaction of cracking him in the jaw. Like, it feels great. Like, this fucking dog, like, no one knew he was real, but now I get this. Not only do I know he's real, but I have that connection with another creature that I understand, which is fist on jaw. But nothing actually happens. You just get that kind of like satisfaction of like, oh, okay, catharsis, I feel better now. But nothing actually happens. And you don't feel the sense of like, what? My arms don't move. It's more like, no, okay, no, I'm good now. Like, you might want more punches or whatever, but from that one punch, you have the catharsis of actually making contact.
And I'm making. I didn't like remove my eye this whole time. Like I was thinking about doing it while like making eye
She doesn't
contact
seem
with her.
to.
Does she like react?
She doesn't
in any
visibly
way?
react. No, she's not like getting a gross shudder or anything like that. But she does like.
She doesn't like look knowing.
She does make
like
eye
she knows
contact
what I
with
just
you and
did.
smiles and being like, "You're testing me. Yes, it's back up and running again. It's all good." I don't think you're understanding quite how many violent acts I deal with per second. There's a lot going on now. It's actually just stopped upstairs. There was a lot going when you woke me up. That's sort of topped me up for a little while. But it's stopped now. Don't you worry. Everyone's stopped the killing.
So maybe we should put the dagger back and.
I actually.
I wouldn't
think
love
the
that.
dagger
no,
was.
no, it's the opposite. The opposite
Yeah.
of what?
I think someone
Yeah.
put a dagger in this woman's chest, and
Oh,
violence was happening.
you know White Claw.
White Claw, that son of a bitch.
Yes, the silver-haired fellow.
With all the, I did say to Ken, I thought the guy with the skeleton was kind of suspicious.
But you do know him. Yes, he's quite a slippery individual.
It's the guy, Sherry.
Yes,
drinker.
sherry drinker. Loves his sherry. Yeah, stabbed me in the chest.
Interesting.
Didn't love that.
How the fuck did he get?
Listen,
here.
your guess is as good as mine. I've never had. The only person that comes down here is Sir Ken, and that's just to make sure I haven't brought any orphans down here to pull the souls out of them. I only did that once, and he never forgave me. No one would miss them.
Pretty bad.
That is not okay.
So how do we
This
get
is
the
not
whole
a
security
good
network
person.
back on?
I mean, that's not true. Orphans, they always looking out for each other. Whereas, like, you go for like a deadbeat dad. That's who
Ooh,
nobody
that's a
knows
great-
when they miss it. Because rookie
That's a
fucking
great tip.
mistake.
That's a great tip.
soup.
Have you ever thought of becoming a lich?
I'm a
Middle management.
middleman.
I understand. Listen, you come back down. You talk to me whenever you want. I'm sure we could figure out something.
I'm gonna say, yeah, think this through. People actually love
Well,
orphans.
it's a matter of.
It's in the name. Bam.
Listen,
They
like
think
I
they
said,
do.
my
That's
orphan
the-
soul sucking days are over. I'm a good person now. I stay in my lane. I stay down here. I just feed on the violence, and I'm happy to do it because like I said, I'll never die ever. It's all good.
I go to punch
Nothing
her.
happens, but like you almost hear like the crunch of bone, and you're like, oh yeah, I broke like 6 teeth. That's like my best punch. Like I've never broken that many teeth and not hurt my knuckle. Like it's like you've hit a personal best with punches, but nothing actually happens.
I hand her a single ball bearing.
She puts out a hand and takes it and is like, thank you. What's this for?
I just start to leave.
Well, thank you very much. If saving me from the jar wasn't enough, I'll thank you all very much. You should probably all get back upstairs. Like I said, there was a lot of violence that I woke up to.
So still back to normal now? We don't have
yes,
to do
no,
anything?
it's all-
Security network back up?
All back to normal. Yes. You can see as you look around, like there's no more like pink veins in the mortars and stuff. My network runs throughout. It's sort of, you might have noticed it changed shade when I stopped actually pumping the lich juice through it, for lack of a better term. But it's all back up and
There
running.
should be a better term.
Get
There should be a better term for that.
Get a
Needs
better
to be a
term.
better
for
term.
that.
Listen, I'm not a screenwriter.
I feel like
I'm not a
give it
screenwriter.
some thought.
I'm just a humble lich,
Why don't you come up with us? Why
You
do you have to
don't-
stay down here by yourself?
let
Oh,
just
because I
read
like
aloud.
it.
You
It's
should
sort
come
of-
up for 3.
Well, because if I go out there, I'll probably, end up hurting someone down here. I don't hurt anybody. I have a constant supply of it's the orphans thing again.
orphan
Yes,
soul
it's sort of
sucking
a
bit.
thing
Yeah,
I did.
we're-
But
Yeah, we're
I
back
don't
to
care
the
about the
orphans.
company. I really can't stress this enough. All I want to do is live forever. Down here, constant supply.
No. The kid's right. There's no reason why a couple of walls don't keep you from protecting the people upstairs. And I'm going to take off my amulet / collar that says, good boy.
Yeah.
Just try put it around this dragon box ledge and go, with this, I think you can go upstairs. You can still feed off the violence, but you won't cause any violence. I'm going to have to find a new town. Because detectives without crime, oh boy. But I think with this, you could actually do a lot of good up there. For the chief, for Bree, for Snaps, although I feel like Snaps might want to leave town too. I don't know.
No, I mean, if there's
Yeah,
no
I think
more
we gotta go.
Yeah. No,
Because I feel like
we
Snaps
gotta
can
go.
finally
That's
put
my
a
whole
face
thing. Yeah,
to
no.
why she can't punch people. But all the rest sounds quite nice. Yes, I haven't actually seen Sir Ken in a few months. I'll join you on the way upstairs.
As just before I click it in, because clicking a color can be quite high pitch and therefore irritating, I just go click, just to give them an audible warning before I click it in, because it's so close to your ears that clicking that plastic thing, you want to give someone an audible warning.
It's been so rewarding to watch you flourish as a dog owner, by the way, Ben.
Thank you.
Yeah,
it
clicks in. She's not spooked at all. She's pretty chill.
Nice.
Yeah.
Doesn't bite you.
She's also a several centuries old half dragon, half human creature.
I reach into my pocket for a bit of kibble, and I go, good.
The little pouch thing on the side. She moves beside your heel. You've never been on the receiving end of this sort of behavior.
Good. Yeah. Maybe I could have a now that I think of it, softened my heart. I think I could take on another partner.
So Snaps heads back up. Is now I've got to figure out a way to pause the guillotine. I guess I walk across the Minotaur
as you're like
I'm
halfway across the Minotaur. Soup is like, I can turn this off if you'd like.
Like I gotta go a sword out, and I'm like, oh yeah, cool.
I mean,
okay.
you can fight the traps if you want.
No, just turn it off.
She puts both hands out and just sort of like lowers them, like she's like lowering the volume or something, and the guillotine sort of lock it. Well, the one that wasn't wedged into the Minotaur's hip, the other one kind of like just slowly eases into the wall and like disappears into a slit on the side, and the spikes just descend down slowly, and now there's like a 3-foot drop, sort of like a pit with no spikes across, and you can easily walk across the room. Powerful lich. All the traps are me, baby. You know, made them. It's all me.
Pretty cool.
I don't like that.
I am used to a bit of applause. Thank you, Brie. I feel like we're going to get along famously in here.
Of course.
We're gonna work on the baby thing, and we're gonna work on the lich.
That's not cool, man.
We're gonna writer's room that.
Speaking of writers, she's going to take out the Parchment of Legend. What was the last one? It's going to drive me absolutely crazy if I do not know what the last one is.
Oh, I see. Oh, he's taken a page out of my book. I used to do this with my old dungeons. I got so many souls this way. Yes, the last one, I believe, is from that day forth. He set off to become a legendary hero. Yes.
Wow, I really wasn't expecting that one. Great.
No,
It was the
neither
opposite
he.
direction we went in. We went in the opposite direction with that one.
You see, there's sort of
a
a duality to Sir Ken. He sort of shirked the legacy of a hero, but it kept falling upon him. But like I said, he sort of saw the grey in between the black and the white. So his legend sort of skews. He's done some not so great things as well. Did I mention how he knew White Claw?
No.
We don't care.
Jeez, this guy knows a lot of
We just don't care. We don't
The boss
care.
knows a lot of
I'm sure a lot
necromancers.
of prep
We
went
don't
into
care.
you.
He knows a lot of necromancers. You put together a campaign that was not designed for people.
I want to know.
Okay, Bree wants to know.
Sue
Tell
leans
Bree.
into Bree's ear and whispers, "They were married."
Oh, that's so romantic.
And you'll never know, she says to the rest of you. Now let's go upstairs and see all this bloodshed that's happened while you were downstairs.
Oh dear.
I
So.
missed it.
Yeah, I talked over it, and usually it's an inner monologue, and it was an outer monologue. I think he said, with my dog ears, they were married.
They were married.
Ugh.
They were married and they were in love and they had lots of babies.
Guy just seems.
The bard adding flourish.
I don't know. I don't think you can maintain a relationship with someone who travels with that kind of posse all the time. You know, you're always gonna feel like you're outnumbered.
So many babies.
So as you go upstairs, the door creaks open, and you see there's an immediate like smell of blood, which is you have each smelled before, but it's strange to associate with this tavern because there's never bloodshed. It's not like a slaughterhouse. Like it's just there's spatters of it here or there. There's one or two limp dead bodies, but like a quarter of maybe what was in the tavern.
Could be worse. They could be
They
moving
don't-
dead
Each
bodies.
and every one of them eyes and nose.
One by one, you put their eyelids down. It seems like most people probably bolted when shit hit the fan, but there are definitely some dead bodies. You see the hobgoblin that you were that was so fond of your songs, Bree, is slumped in the corner at a very uncomfortable angle, almost definitely dead.
No.
There,
Bree's
Is he-
gonna
is he-
go over.
Lay on hands. I've got lay on hands. I got 35 hit points worth of lay on hands.
okay, you run over.
It doesn't
You
work
cast
if
lay
he's
on hands.
dead.
He does actually kind of like start his ribs readjust and his spine snaps back in. He goes, oh,
Are you okay? Do you need anything? Do you want to top up?
so unpleasant. I did not enjoy that at all. Oh,
Oh no, I'm sure you didn't.
where is everyone? Where are
happened?
my goblies? Where are my goblies?
Oh, they're. Where are they?
Well,
Are
they
they
I
they
don't
might
see them
might
in
be
You don't see any
fine.
like
They might be
corpses
fine.
of goblins anywhere, but you also don't see them specifically. It's like, I have to find them. I gotta find.
I think they stepped outside, sir.
I think
if
I'll
you
do-
want
I'm
to
gonna-
vacate the premises.
I'm gonna find my boys.
At this time, we're actually experiencing difficulties, and we're gonna need
I would
non-staff
be
members
more than
to
happy
step
to.
outside at this
Absolutely. Yep. Okay. Yep.
time. Yeah.
Oh, they are crazy. They are so crazy, those two. Okay. I'm going to step outside. Thank you so much, small puppy man. That was very helpful of you. I appreciate it.
Where's the tiny skeleton from earlier?
You see no signs of skeletons. No, like,
I'm
scattered
gonna kick it.
bones. No remains or anything like that.
Where's my bone? Where's my bone?
Bone that
I-
you stole is actually where you left it on the
Boss
table.
man.
It doesn't seem to have been disturbed.
Mother of God, thank Christ.
Boss man, just wandering the bar. Boss
This,
man,
the
Yo, boss.
trap door
Boss.
that you would actually
Boss.
step down to drop the
Boss.
barrels bursts open.
boss.
And Sir Ken hauls himself out and he goes like,
Oh, you survived. That's wonderful news. Oh, you brought soup. You brought soup out of the basement.
Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it.
Why
Don't worry
wouldn't
about
I be
it.
worried about it?
Don't worry about it. She's a good boy now. Look at the collar. She's a good boy now.
right,
Soup, you didn't.
No,
You didn't
but boss.
kill anyone
written
when you
on the
got out.
collar.
He's like,
no. I've been very good. I'm a good boy now. You see? Good boy.
this is.
Written on the collar.
I know that.
Shanks
I
is
hired
real.
him to investigate you.
Ah. Ah. Huh. That explains why
All right.
follow
Look,
me around.
new plan.
And Sir Ken grips the edge of the countertop of the bar, hauls it off, like pulling it off, splinters and all, flips it over and slams it down. And you can see this like etched into the underside of the table is a long map with notes and glyphs and all sorts of like strange descriptive material and stuff circled and notes on locations scrawled on it. It was like, right, oh, we've got to catch my ex. He's out of control, and I've been grooming yous for long enough. I think yous are ready. Bree, I'm sorry, you're gonna.
Please don't use that word.
I'm sorry,
You
that was
just
very
say, like,
insensitive.
training.
I apologize.
Training is
Really,
fine.
You've been
really offensive.
trained. Is that better?
Yes, definitely.
Kind of worse.
I'll be honest.
Oh, for you actually worse. Yeah, for me, I much prefer it.
It's sort of a minefield. I haven't been to sensitivity training in a long time. Look, I've been building you up to this. I knew he was going to come back. Didn't think it'd be quite this soon. I might send soup, but I'm wary about sending him outside of this place. Long story short, I need you to hunt down and kill the most powerful necromancer that's ever lived. Bree, I know you haven't
Or
been outside
died.
in a while, but I think you're ready. I think this will be good for you.
Yeah, no, that's when I know a friend who hasn't left a house in 3 months. I often say, you could start small, like a trip to the shop, or you could go and hunt down the most powerful necromancer to ever live.
It's either
It's
or,
kind of a
right?
toss. It's one or the other.
It's like
It
teaching
is a
your...
lot, and it's so dirty here. I mean, who's going to clean up this place?
Oh, I might sell it.
It's so
I might
dirty.
sell it, to be honest.
No, but I live here. This is my home.
All right.
Fucking Dublin landlords.
I might make it into a hotel.
Someone lives here.
Beat me by
Yeah.
seconds. Beat me by seconds.
No, do you know what, Bree? You're right. You're right. It's this means too much. Tell you what, this can be as our base of operations, but really, I'm too old for this. I nearly threw me back out just swinging my hammer around, and the fact I thought that hob was dead. I thought he was gone. I nearly just put him literally in the bin, and you saved him. So shows what I know. I'm a bit out of touch. Need you to save the
Was
world.
death different back in your day? I don't understand.
Things were
How
different. Yeah.
death
They stopped
is
moving
something
you
you're
through
out of
them out.
touch with. Okay, fair enough. Okay, fair enough.
No, it's not that hobs were less than people. Just
It's been a while. It's been a while since
our criteria for what was alive from a pulse point of view, not from a sociological background. Do you understand?
I get
Bree
you.
looks behind him. Are there any like bin bags moving?
No, there are no bin bags moving, thankfully.
I lay on hands on the bin bags that aren't moving, just in case.
He hasn't been bundling up corpses. There are thankfully there's maybe 3 corpses in the tavern. Most people seem to have either been like injured and escaped. And actually now that if you save the hobgoblin, there's 2 corpses, but they look long gone. Like they are absolutely definitely dead. If you want to revive them, it'll be a trip to a cleric or something.
Were they good tippers?
No, they were not.
Nah, fuck them.
And one of them is definitely the knight who was like boasting and talking shit. Like, yeah.
But we saw that coming.
And it's the
That's
axe
just
wound in his
close.
side is actually dwarf height, so it probably wasn't the necromancer. Yeah,
It was probably the dwarf he
Unrelated,
was talking
completely
to.
unrelated.
exactly.
Case closed.
Long story short, I need you to save the entire world. Does that sound like something you'd be up for? I'll pay his hazard pay.
Oh,
Overtime, yeah.
it's overtime. Yeah.
I'm already working my contract this week. I don't know. Sounds like a lot.
Alright, I feel like I know how to make this sweeten the deal. Listen, Snaps, I'll teach you a few tricks on hurting people more, and no one will stop you hurting people.
Huh. All right. So like, soup doesn't eat my brain.
Oh, not a chance.
No, as in like soup will stop eating.
Oh yeah,
My-
I'll listen.
I think I've been like the main course here.
Almost definitely. Listen,
since
soup
you
can
hired-
only affect this building. That's kind of the deal. But also, I can tell her to omit you. Like whitelist your thoughts. You know.
I gave her a ball bearing, so that might help.
Absolutely. I don't see how it wouldn't have. Bree, listen,
Yeah.
I can talk to people. I can get you some magical cloaks and coats and some adorable outdoor wear, which you can wear on this whole thing. Whole wardrobe,
I
you know?
do like adorable outdoor wear.
Okay. Shank, I mean, you might still make your kid's baseball game.
You son of a bitch, I'm in. But one more thing. Where were you when it all went down?
With me.
Well, that checks out. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, fair enough.
with him.
Yep. Case closed.
All right. So I think he might have gone here,
And Sir Ken pulls you in and starts figuring out a plan for how for chasing down his ex-husband, White Claw of Seltzer, the evil necromancer who is once again on the loose. And that is where we're going to end.
Do you want a location? Infinity Falls is a city of necromancers in the world of Hibernia where they use the reanimated undead to do like day-to-day chores. So everyone lives a life of leisure, but you sign over your life at the very end, and then you become the servitude of the town. It's an idea from our very own Keelan Flynn.
Sort of like organ donation.
Yeah, exactly. So you never have to work a day in your life, but as soon as you're dead, it's nothing but work.
That's
and
so
that's Infinity
grim,
Falls.
but I like it.
Yeah, Infinity Falls in Hibernia. It's on the map. It's always been on the map.
Well, no, Infinity Falls has always been on the map, but we didn't innately know that specific thing happened there.
Well,
It's like
no, I
life
knew.
in reverse.
Yeah. So, and the reason is because it's built into a waterfall. You needed undead and zombies and skeletons to build the infrastructure, because otherwise, like, people would die trying to build a city around a waterfall. But undead, they can just wash down the river. So that is where, if anyone's going to use skeletons and zombies and undead people to retire, probably went to Infinity Falls.
Yeah, I mean, in that case, then definitely Sir Ken circles Infinity Falls and is like, probably here. This is where they breed zombies. And you guys start putting a plan together for chasing down this evil necromancer wizard. But, you know, in the meantime, you've saved Fantasy St. Patrick's Day. Yay!
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 That ends the session. Thank you guys so
We
much.
did it, guys.
That was very fun. I enjoyed that.
Thank you. Yeah.
Thank you
Oh,
for
the sunglasses are
having
gone.
me.
Officially out of character now, Orla. How does it feel to be able to see again?
Put my glasses on and see. It's a little bright.
You're going to go back to...
There you go.
Yeah.
Yay!
Um,
We're all done.
nice. Thank you guys so much for
Did
watching.
we level up?
We loved hearing about all your drinks and chat, and I loved how involved people were with the puzzle as well. I saw people like making suggestions like, don't read chat because that is the right answer. Don't read that.
Jack got it way before we did.
Yeah,
I know
way
that for
before, way
sure.
before. That's the downside I hadn't considered.
I pointedly didn't look because I felt that was usually the case. Also, like, some of them weren't drinking as much.
Wait.
Except some people were drinking whiskey and apple, which we'll deal with that next time.
Yeah, Derek, we'll be dealing with you later. We're going to take you out back and get you.
Yes, before we
no.
close out, Orla and Kat are available on other TTRPG shows on the reg. So I think it's worth telling everyone who's watching along the Paddy State Special where to find both these incredible role players.
Yeah.
Starting maybe with, I don't know what the overlay is. I haven't actually looked.
Let's
at
go.
it, but
Let's
Orla,
go with Kat. Kat, where can people find you?
Kat, okay. Cool. Yeah, Kat, where can people find you?
Hello.
Alphabetical.
Alphabetical.
Anyway, hi. I've been Kat. I'm IXCato on social media, on Twitter, on TikTok, on Instagram. Don't use Instagram anymore because it's boring. And I am a player on the D8 production Rise of the Forsaken, which shows every second Sunday on Twitch, where I play the lovely Fearbolg Mooney.
Yeah.
She's a goat.
If you
I like
haven't
animals.
watched Rise
There you
of
go,
Forsaken,
there you
you
go.
should. For Mooney and for everyone on that cast, they are the highlight of my every second Sunday. You will often find me in chat because it's
We
genuine.
do. You're
one of
such
my-
a good boy.
Well, thank you. But yes, it is an incredible show, well worth checking out, and it's all on YouTube. If you don't need to be on Twitch, all the VODs are uploaded on YouTube, so you can catch up. You can catch up with me.
I cried in an episode. Watch that one. If you want to start an episode, watch for the one for me crying my eyes out.
Nice. That's investment. That's player investment. That's what everyone dreams of.
Yeah.
Orla, where can people find you? What are you up to?
Me. So right now I am just finishing up a campaign called Escape the Union, which is on the God's Fall University fans on God's Fall on Twitch or on YouTube or any of those places, where we are a group of demigods being put through a gauntlet to test our worthiness. And it got a little out of hand.
There's a mech fight or like a big on like Gaiju fet in the middle of that. Like
there's a couple. There's arguably more than one mech fight. Depending on your definition of mech and
So
your
it's
definition
Toy Story.
of
That's
fight.
what you're saying.
There's a few. It got weird. And I play Amity, the demigod of redistribution. Functionally, I'm the demigod of Marxism. It got pretty weird in the middle. And And yeah, we're coming towards the finale now of that, and it's all the things in the Godfall universe.
We even said we were at Comic Con this weekend, and I'm almost certain during the panel I said everything Aram touches turns to gold. He is an incredible person.
Yeah.
I have the biggest crush on him, and I know he's genuinely like. If you haven't checked out any of God's Fall, start with Escape the Union, work your way through the universe from there. What an incredible DM! I'm often starstruck when like he responds to my stupid tweets on Twitter. So I'm like,
yeah, he's fantastic, and he does. Yeah, so there's a lot of good stuff there. And also, I was on his podcast recently, which is Kill Every Monster, which is also great. I recommend that as well because they're just going through the monster manual and just dealing with all the monsters one by one.
It took me ages to get around to listening to it, but yeah, it's great.
Fun.
It's really good.
Just finished season
I do
one
like
of that
the
as well.
name, Escape the Union.
Yeah, it's good.
As someone from... Oh, no, I better not say that.
Dirty little
And we were so good until just now.
Orla,
Put the beret on or anything.
Sorry, I mean stop Chucky Orling.
Chucky Orling. Oh, God.
Yeah, Chucky Orling over there.
Oh, the hook is coming in from side stage to pull everyone off individually.
That was you worked so hard on that though, Ben. You worked so hard.
He muscled
for
through
that
it.
punchline.
He got there.
I genuinely thought of it before
Take it
I
away.
figured out a way to make it work, and it's evident.
We'll workshop
Yeah.
it. We'll workshop it.
Okay.
That was the work.
That is going to do it
No more
because
workshop.
it is now 11:15. I'm conscious that people have, work and stuff tomorrow. Thank you to our lovely guest players for joining in with us. Thank you to everyone who is watching. We will be back in 2 weeks' time for a regular canonical episode of Homebrew where Ben will be back in the DM seat.
I need to plan that. Okay.
Yeah. Did you enjoy that little time off? I did not enjoy
I
this.
loved it.
Production
It's my
prep
vacation.
plus DM prep is stressful. Looking forward to just ruining your plans again.
Yeah.
We'll be back in 2 weeks. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. We will see you very, very soon. Bye.
Bye, everyone. Bye.
Bye.
Bye.